Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of mixed martial arts, this man here stands alone. At one time, he won more submissions of the night and had won more fights of the night than any other fighter in UFC history. Ladies and gentlemen, he is also an Indianapolis firefighter, 21-time UFC veteran, Chris Lights Out Lytle.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you for being here today, everybody. Now, I know you guys are tired of hearing people talk. You came to see some people fight, so we're going to give you that. I just want to thank everybody for being here. This is the best venue we've ever been at. This is our 16th fight. Love having this venue. I hope you guys like the fights and come back to support us. We're going to come in here and we're going to put on good fights. So thank you for being here. Cheer on your fighters and look for a good night. Thank you.
Once again, Chris Lights Out Lytle. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for some exciting cage fighting, then let's get around to throwing down. Introducing first, fighting out of the Pike Collision blue corner. He is a MMA fighter standing 5'10", weighing 180 pounds. Fighting for Team Walken MMA from Dayton, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Jimmy Sandlin.
We got some issues going on here, so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. His opponent
As long as the fight
is a
happens, that's all I care about.
jiu-jitsu fighter and a kickboxer, standing 6'2", weighing 181 pounds. He fights for American Top Team out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Here he is, Tommy the Tsunami Mullen.
First of all, I got to tell you, I love the nickname, Tommy the Tsunami. It rhymes, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can't beat that, can you?
I love the nickname. I don't know if this is his first fight or not. That's what I was able to find. But I have that his age is 37. Is that accurate?
If that's what you have, I'm really not sure about Tommy once again. Last-minute replacement. It's difficult to know too much about him, but you know, he looks like he's ready to fight. So I'm pretty excited about this.
Well, no more than I know about it. This guy looks ready. He's chiseled.
I love he's giving the hugs to his corner, man. He's giving them due. It doesn't look like it's his first fight to me, to be honest with you. Maybe he's watching, maybe he knows what's going on. But he looks like he's ready to go. That's all. You don't want a guy who's coming in looking too timid if it's their first fight. To be honest, this is a pretty fantastic venue. I've never been in this venue before, but this is really conducive to fights. If you really look around, you think the people you'll be impressed with.
Chris,
the cage, everything is very nice.
I've always wondered what's going through a fighter's mind right now. It's almost go time, but you get to the cage and you're ready to fight, but there's this 5 minutes of getting instructions from the personnel here. What's going through like Jimmy Sandlin's mind?
You know what? At this point, to be honest with you, usually all the nerves are gone. The nerves are in the back locker room when you're warming up. But by the time you actually call your
And once again, Tommy Mullen.
Usually by the time you get in the cage, you're feeling fine. You're just ready to get on. Your nerves are so built up, you just can't wait to get in there and get this fight over with, to be honest with you. You want to go in there and punch that guy in the face.
And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
really
Midwest Fight Series beautiful ring card girl, Angelina.
So I did hear something about, I believe, Tommy more of a jiu-jitsu and a kickboxer. Did you hear that as well?
I did hear that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amateur bout scheduled for three-minute rounds. Your referee for this bout is Rob Madrigal.
I would think Tommy looks like he's a 185-pounder. Jimmy might be more of a 170-pounder, but does have some big legs. We'll see. Maybe it's a big kicker. It looks like they're going to touch gloves at the beginning. We'll see what happens. Finally, after all the anticipation, the fight's going,
Mullins is starting the aggressor. He is taking it toward Jimmy Sandlin.
Nice kick. Jimmy looks like he's trying to grab. It looks like Jimmy might want to take this fight to the ground right now.
I think that's a good strategy.
Well,
Tommy Mullins has a lot of reach. He's definitely the aggressor.
Throwing some good, Just like I said, a good tip. And he can achieve side mount right away, and he wants to keep it right there. Let's see what Tommy has on the ground. Looks like he's really just trying to spend a lot of energy at this point. He's got to be very careful.
He's trying to get his hips back. Is he losing? Well, okay, he was too high. He made an adjustment.
Absolutely. He did a good job there. Tommy does when he puts his leg up like that to stop Jimmy from getting the complete full mount. He's staying in side mount right now. Very good position for Jimmy, but the only thing that could be worse than that would be if he was in the full mount. So right now, it looks like he's going for a reverse triangle from the bottom. To be honest, he's got a good lock right there, but there's not a lot he can do with it. It's a good controlling position. It's a good for maybe reversing, not really that good of a submission position, though.
It looks like he is trying to submit him with it. I would have thought he was trying to just use this to work into a reversal.
He's trying to submit him with it, but it's going to waste a lot of energy, I think. He's not typically going to be able to get anything with that. He's just going to be able to hold position and maybe get on top. I just hope that, usually he just he's going right for it again.
He's doing it again. He should work for a sweep. I don't think he's going to get a submission.
No, that's a very difficult spot to get a submission for. It looks good for the crowd, and you can't, good triangle choke attempt right there. He's got it locked in. Jimmy's got to do a good job of stacking him right now or sticking straight up. If he sits right there, he might be in some trouble right there. So he's got to try and pop his head out, pop it straight up. He's trying to pull the head straight down, which is what you're always taught. Oh, looks like Jimmy does a good job of getting out, throwing some punches.
Sandler's doing a great job keeping him pinned up against the cage. It's making it difficult for the triangle to be effective,
Absolutely.
correct?
Tommy's done some good submission attempts, but the problem with good submission attempts is you're open to strikes. And that's what Tommy's doing right now. He's trying to get submission, open himself up for a strike. Jimmy is obliging and punch him in the face.
Looks like Jimmy's content with just keeping position and body blows right now.
Well, he's winning the round at this point. It usually depends on what the judges are looking for. If it's submission attempts or is it clean and effective strikes. Most of the time it's clean and effective strikes. We will have to see, though.
Oh, nice up kick from Mullins.
Nice up kick by Tommy. I would have to say Tommy's doing some good damage with those. Once again, the triangle choke attempt. Man, he's got it in there good. Jimmy's got to be careful to stay out of that.
Jimmy's going to squash him against the fence. I don't think he's going to be able to get it as long as he keeps his shoulders to the fence.
He better hurry it up and get this because there's only 10 seconds left in this round. Wow, man, I got to be honest with you. I was very impressed with this round. A lot of good action on both sides. I really enjoyed that.
A lot of action, both guys going at it. It appears that Tommy Mullins is going to be content from working from his back.
Well, he put up some very good triangle chokes. He had a reverse triangle there. It looks like his plan looked like to win by submission, in my opinion. Jimmy looking like he wants to win more by decision, just kind of amass some points, stay on top, stay in the dominant position.
Tommy's a taller fighter. It's to his advantage as long as he has the skill set to work from his back, right? Triangle's very effective.
Triangle, I mean, to be honest with you, the thing that's going to probably be most effective for him is to keep the fighter on his feet. If he can do that, he's a longer fighter. He has more range. He was landing some kicks. He probably wants to try and keep it on his feet. You know, when Jimmy shot in, he was more than happy to go to his back. So when he gets on his back, he has to utilize that triangle. But like I said, it all depends on whether the judges are going more for submission or for effective striking, and we just don't know that at this point.
Do you think good strategy by Jimmy Sandler to take this to the ground as soon as possible?
Absolutely. I don't think he wants to stand there and get kicked. You know, I don't think he likes the distance right there. So, once again, him being the smaller fighter, it seems to me he's not looking as comfortable at throwing punches and kicks. See, little leg taps where he's looking to get inside.
Tommy Mullins looks tired to me, Chris. It looks like he's gassing a little bit. His legs look a little stiff.
His mouth is wide open. I think he spent a lot of energy. Yeah, I think you're right there. It was 3 minutes, but
he might be in trouble. I don't know if Jimmy Sandler's recognizing what we are.
Well, I think he recognized it, but
and there we go.
Now that's a mistake right here. Tommy's holding on to that guillotine choke, and he's lucky he didn't get Von Flue choked right there. But instead, Jimmy just looked like he's more than happy to get in the side mount, looking to go full mount right now. This could be very bad for Tommy right here. He's
Jimmy's
being full
mounted
mounted right now. I would imagine Tommy's going to sit up, or Jimmy's going to sit up and just look to strike.
Oh, nice headshot there.
Nice left hand. Some body shots. He's trying to loosen him up. Tommy's got to move.
He's got to start defending himself.
Start moving. Exactly. He's got that guillotine choke, but he's not able to get that unless he's going to get full guard. He can't push him away with just one leg. And now he had to give it up.
Jimmy's working out of half guard, working to get to full mount.
Yeah, it looks like he achieved it pretty easy right there. It looks like, I think you were accurate when you said Tommy's looking pretty tired right now.
Tommy's gas tank's pretty low right now, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh,
but Jimmy
good strikes.
is
Good
just
strikes
teeing
by
off
Jimmy.
right now. He
They're gonna have
is
to do that 'cause
teeing
they're gonna
off and
stop
not
it.
defending himself. Fight over.
And the referee had to stop it. Man, that was a good fight. I got to be honest with you. I like that.
That was a very exciting fight. That's the way to start things off. Two guys that just went out there and gave it all they got.
I loved it, man. I mean, once again, Jimmy did a lot of good things. Tommy worked very well from his back, had him in some good submission attempts. A lesser fighter would have tapped from that, but Jimmy did good and got out of there. That was a very good fight. I enjoyed that thoroughly. So.
I was impressed with both these fighters. Tommy came out hot. I think the only difference was Tommy spent a lot of time on his ground going for those submissions, and he put 100% into it, and I think he just gassed himself.
That's one thing that I don't think people understand is the harder you try for that submission, the more energy that takes away from you. I mean, it's just like anything. There's only so much gas in your gas tank, and the more energy you use on a submission, the less energy you have for anything else. So when he utilized all that submission skill and strength to try and submit Jimmy, and it didn't work, that puts him in a very bad position.
You could see it when he got up, Chris. You could see how stiff his legs were. And a leg triangle takes a lot out of you, right, when you're trying to hold it for that long?
100%. And like you said, you could tell right from the beginning, in between round 1 and 2, when they came back out for round 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time and decision, which is brought to you by Bad Boys Bail Bonds. 1 minute, 37 seconds in round number 2. Your winner by referee stoppage due to strikes from Dayton, Ohio, Jimmy Sandler.
I got to be honest, I really like to see Jimmy fight for us again. He did a very good job, and it was pretty impressive the way he looked like he knew what he wanted to do.
I'm going to talk to you real quick.
Let's Jimmy, see what he has to say about the
37 seconds in round number 2. He got you into that second round. How do you think the fight went for you? Did it go the way you planned, or did you have to improvise and catch up to his strategy?
I thought the fight went very well for me, and it went as planned as far as wrestling, but I was a little surprised that he was a kickboxer, and he started kicking me in the leg real good, but I was afraid he was going to hit me in the head. So I was like, I'm just going to take him down and just ground and pound.
That's a great strategy. Is there anything you'd like to say to all your family and friends that came to watch you fight tonight?
I want to give a shout out and say hey to my family and friends, my coach crew, and Daniel Bays for coming out to support me. And I want to thank you to all the fans for being in attendance tonight to support the fighters. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Sandler.
I think Jimmy nailed it, Chris, because if it were me in that cage, I would constantly worry about getting hit in the head.
Well said. That was well said. When he said he was kicking me in the legs for a while and I was worried about kicking in the face.
That's what I would think. If he kicked me in the leg like he did, I would think, God, I hope he doesn't kick me in the head.
A lot of people don't realize
our next fighter,
are pretty smart.
Fighting out of the blue
they don't
corner.
want to get kicked in the head.
He
I
is
didn't
a
realize,
Muay Thai
that was one of my problems. I didn't mind
kickboxing and
you just didn't care.
He's also a wrestler and a boxer.
That's why I have short-term
standing
memory loss.
5'11", weighing 100.
Okay, on to our next fight. Let's see who do we have
pounds.
coming up here. What weight class are we?
He's fighting for Team
featherweight.
Harris. But he's trained by veteran
145.
UFC
It's an
and
amateur fight, so it's
Bellator
scheduled for
Ryan Thomas,
3-minute rounds.
MMA.
That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Fort Hood, Texas, by
from
way
Fort Hood,
of
Texas. Wow.
Tilden, Illinois.
There's one thing I can
Here
tell
he
you.
is,
Anyone who's
Eric
born in Texas is a tough SOB. They don't make them soft in Texas.
That's true. That's true. That's 100% true. Something different about that. I mean, they're a state that I actually think might try to secede from the union at some point. I think they're serious about it, and they will. And he's come out with the Texas flag and the cowboy hat. I like this guy already.
I love the cowboy hat. I love Donald Cerrone. Since you left the UFC, Donald Cerrone, probably my favorite fighter.
He's definitely been one of my favorites. And not only that, he's a fun guy to hang out with. We've had a couple fun nights out there that I probably shouldn't talk about on the radio or TV network.
Sure.
But just Believe me when I say that was a fun guy to hang out with.
I believe you, and he's a hell of a fighter. I hope we see as much out of this next fight as we did that first fight. I just can't get over Jimmy. Jimmy, that was a David versus Goliath. He at least was down 30 pounds.
That's
To the other.
I definitely thought he was a smaller fighter in there, but it didn't matter. He's a good wrestler with a good hard-nosed attitude, and like you said, he didn't want to get kicked in the head, so he took him down, punched him in the face.
That's a good strategy.
Now, what do we know about Josh, or what can you tell me about Josh?
Well, we have Josh Embry. He's a 25-year-old fighter. He's 6 foot tall.
That's pretty tall
for
I
145.
would agree. That is pretty tall.
He's fighting out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He has a record of 3-1, 2 wins by submission and 1 by unanimous decision. He's on a two-fight win streak, and his last fight, May 7th, 2016, in TFE, and won by submission over Donnie Snow.
That's pretty impressive.
So he's a submission guy. Let's see what he has on his feet, but he's fighting Eric Harris, who has an amateur record of 1-1. He's a 24-year-old, 5'11", so there's not a lot of reach differential here. And Eric Harris fights out of Illinois. Last fight, January 30th, 2016.
And once
in the
again,
Midwest Fight
out
Series,
of the
by
Pack Collision
submission,
blue
he won
corner,
over
Eric
Mike Achenbach.
Harris.
No, it looks like he lost it, and he'd have lost the mic. How was that?
Oh, my bad, yes. He lost by submission to Mike Achenbach.
And his opponent.
Well, so we got a
Fighting
guy
out
who
of
looks
the
like
red
he's kind of
corner.
suspect to
He is
submission,
a
and he's fighting
freestyle
a
fighter
submission guy.
standing 6
So
foot tall.
that could be
weighing
interesting. I'd like to see Josh really go for the
145
submission here.
pounds.
If I had to put my
Fighting
money
for
on it
Team
just from
Iron
paper,
Horse,
I'm going with
an
Josh Embry, just for what you
American
said.
top team. He's sponsored by
we shall see. Josh
Heffernan
is getting
Home
ready to-
Services.
He's in the ring right now.
Ladies
We'll see what
and
Eric
gentlemen,
comes out
from
with.
New Palestine, Indiana, here he is, Josh the Hurricane.
You know what? It looks like we have got this
Embry.
backward. Josh is coming in right now. We had Eric come in first. So all the things we just said are backward.
No, we called Josh Embry stuff out. I just we have him in the red corner, right?
Yeah.
He's fighting out of the red corner. They had him fighting out of the blue corner during the initial introduction.
Okay, this is Josh right here.
Right.
So whatever we said for the last guy coming out, that's what we meant right now.
Josh Embry is 3-1, 2 wins by submission and 1 by unanimous decision. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Last fight he won by submission over Donnie Snow in the TFE.
So it looks like we definitely have like a contrast and styles right here. So I always like those fights, the striker versus the wrestler, or the grappler. So we will see what happens here. I do see that Eric's got some good Venom shorts. I do like Venom, so hopefully that can lead to him being a good fighter. You think that has anything to do with it, the shorts?
I think looks are everything. I judge fighters many times when I watch on TV. I'll pick a fight just by the way the two look.
Only thing I know about that is never pick the guy who's wearing high tops, you know, or basketball shorts. They're typically
that's
gonna
a bad
lose.
sign.
If
That's
they
a bad
come out
sign.
to the fight with high top tennis shoes and basketball shorts, I always pick him to lose.
I would as well. I would agree with that strategy. We should let the listeners at home know that
And once again,
we were
out
not
of the
supplied with
bad boy
headphones.
Belmont
So if there's
red
at times we're
corner,
screaming
Josh
or kind of get lost in
Embry.
conversation, it gets hard to hear for us.
Well, we'll take care of that next time. But very good, very good. And there's a lovely ring card girl in the ring right now.
It's my favorite ring card girl so far.
Ladies and
If I had to
gentlemen,
pick
this
a favorite
bout
so
is
far in this
scheduled for
fight,
three
she's my
3-minute
favorite.
I do love it
rounds.
when the ring card girls hold the signs upside down. That is one of my personal favorites.
Your referee is veteran
Now, what
UFC
I'm looking right here,
and
it looks to me
Bellator
that
referee
Josh seems
Rob
very relaxed right there.
Hines.
Would you not say? I mean, it looks
It
like
looks
Eric's
very
a little
relaxed.
more geeked up. He looks like he's ready to go. Josh looks like he might take a nap. He just kind of, oh, are we going to fight? Maybe somebody should tell him about the fight. We'll see if that pays dividends.
He looks
Show
very
respect
relaxed.
Right there. It looks like something is on Eric's arm right on this side. I don't know if you noticed that.
Eric
Not-
Harris looks very tense, very
Yeah.
tense.
No, I look for Josh to try and get this to the ground pretty quick. What do you think? I'm liking
think
he's gonna
so,
try and
too.
clinch. Oh, nice kick by Josh, though. Oh,
Whoa.
good right
That
hand
was
by
a-
Eric. That was a good right hand. Didn't quite land.
I
oh,
could feel the
Eric's-
wind
Eric's
here.
taunting
It was
him.
kind of
Oh,
refreshing.
wow. And I told you, it looked like Joshua wanted nothing to do with that. After Eric kind of taunted him, said, let's bring it. Quick shot by Josh.
Josh is looking to get this to the
Yeah.
ground very quickly.
And Eric doing a good job of defending, to be honest with you. I thought that was a good defense. Looks like he's trying to stay in position. He definitely wants to keep this fight on his feet. Nice knee there by Josh. Low kick. Eric adjusts. Very nice.
Josh has a very Jeremy Horn look about him. Like he's one of those Gumby submission guys.
That's an excellent reference right there. Nice low single. Very low single. Oh, and that's a good escape by Eric. And Joshua is happy to pull guard, and Eric wants nothing to do with it. Good defense by Eric. He does not want this to go to the ground, it looks like. So right now, I look for Josh to try and get an armbar reverse. That's a very good move. I use a lot. Wow, nice reverse.
Nice little dump there. What do you call that? Does that have a name?
I've used that move many times, but I never had a real name for it.
I've seen you use it. Basically, he just dumped him.
Yeah,
just
got
under him, brought his head up, and dumped him.
Right now, good job right there by Eric. You got to be careful for that guillotine choke there. Right now, he's fighting hands. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nice knee, but he's...
That was a clean knee, too.
Yeah, exactly. Not to the head or anything. Good strikes by Eric right to the side of the face.
Head. I've never been this close to a fight before. No, when they hit, you can hear it.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts bad. You can tell. Now, Eric is doing a good job of defending. Josh is persistent. He's very trying to take down. Great takedown. Great takedown. Every time he gets a takedown, though, Eric does a good job of getting back to his feet. He's fighting hands right now, does not want to give up this choke, and he knows exactly what is coming. He's using the fence right there brilliantly to not give up his back.
He had his back on the cage, but now he turned away.
That was a mistake right there because Josh is going to take his back. He's trying to put both hooks in right now. He's already got the right hook in. If he can get the left one, it could be a big problem for Eric right now.
This is not looking good for Eric Harris.
Eric's doing a good job of holding him tight, though, right there. He doesn't want to let him strike. He doesn't want to let him get the chokehold in there, so he's doing a good job of just keeping everything tight, not exposing much.
Shouldn't Eric try to get back on his hips and get that back against the cage again?
I would say typically, but with the 10-second bell disc ring, I think he just wants to keep everything tight right now.
Okay. No mistakes. Doesn't want to make one mistake.
All right. Well, that was an interesting round. It looked like to me that Joshua was going to do everything in his power to keep this on the ground. He's going to shoot from far away if he has to. Eric's got to do a better job of making him pay every time he shoots in.
How would you call that round if you had to, Chris?
Well, I'm going to call that one for Josh. He kind of got the couple takedowns on there. Kind of got dominant position. He didn't really land any punches, so maybe a few things from his feet, but I would say Eric was the person who was trying to do more damage, but position-wise, I think Josh kind of dominated that period, but I think it was fairly close, but I'm going to give that one to Josh. How about yourself? What do you think?
I would agree. I think Josh was the aggressor. He had a clean takedown, 2 takedowns, one very dominant position, I felt like. He nearly had both hooks in, so I'm going to give that round to Josh.
Now, once again, this is one thing about fighting is that there's a lot of it is about how you can adapt in the middle of the fight. In between rounds, you have a game plan. What are we going to do now?
Ladies
like
and gentlemen,
halftime in a football game. What are
two.
The adjustments you can make? This guy's going to shoot on you. How do you adjust that? Can you throw uppercuts when he does? That's what we're going to see. Another show of respect right there. Oh, good right-handed take by Eric. Eric needs to keep those like this. Good takedown.
Very nice takedown by Josh.
He's got him in the half guard right now. Josh looks pretty happy to be in the half guard. And he passes that easily. Wow, he is in full mount right now. And Eric's got to be very careful he doesn't get caught in that Von Flue choke. Eric's going to try and do what he can to survive. He's in full mount right now. He's got to look to bridge, oompa over, get out. Joshua just
what can Eric do here? Does he need to try to get back to at least half guard here?
Oh, yeah. I would try and look to get away or try and bump over. See, he's mounted
He's in
right
a
now.
bad spot.
He's in good, though. Oh, good move by Musa Cage to push off and got on top. Great reversal right there.
That was very impressive. Eric Harris just exploded utilizing the fence to his advantage.
Now, Eric's getting taken down pretty easy. Oh, nice guard pass. He just threw the guard to the side and achieved side mount. That's very nice. He's got to see what we can do with this, so he's got to try and land some effective strikes and make this work for him.
Josh Hambry looks very sneaky from his back. He's worrying me right now. If I'm Eric Harris, I think I want to be on my feet.
Yeah, but the problem is every time he gets to his feet, it seems like he's getting taken down pretty easily.
Good point.
I don't know. We'll see what Eric has from the ground. He might just try and keep position, land a few punches here, and try and win this round. We shall see what he wants to do. But I understand what you're saying. I would be very worried about Josh from his back.
Eric, I will say when he strikes, he goes 100% committed to that strike. There's no feints. There's no setup. There's no pitter-pat. It's just he goes to take your head off every punch.
When Eric throws punches, he's throwing home runs. He's not throwing singles or doubles. You know
Which kind of makes it easy for Josh to shoot in on him.
Absolutely,
correct?
absolutely. But that's that game you play. Whether you go hard or you go soft, when you hit him with those and it knocks him out, then it looks beautiful and you're a very smart fighter. When it doesn't work, you're not a very smart fighter. So it all depends on what happens. Good strikes by Eric. Good strikes.
Good strikes.
That was a nice job by Josh to reposition, try and get in that double leg position again. He's going to try and get another takedown. If you notice, he's got his left leg laced. He's going to try and pull that in, make it difficult for Eric to stretch his legs out. Eric did it, though. Took his back. And he kind of took his back
very easily.
I think Josh is looking a little tired, in my opinion.
I think you're right. Because
I think he's more than happy to lay off his back right now and just pull full guard. Full guard to me means you are tired because there's not a lot to do from there. You can't really do much submission unless you open up.
It's a resting position, pretty much.
See, when he opens up, I think Eric should know right then and there that he's going to throw punches.
Eric should definitely work the pass.
That's what his corner's saying. That was an easy pass and a mount for Eric. Now, mount for Eric.
Josh is very much in trouble. He's pinned against the cage.
Hold on. Keep going.
And Eric is teeing off.
Saved by the bell.
Another 20 seconds. I think that fight's over.
Wow. And I don't honestly know what Josh has left at this point. I think he's looking very tired.
He looks exhausted. He just took 10 to 15 vicious blows to his melon. It's got to take a toll.
Yeah, so
he doesn't look good there at all.
If he doesn't get this to the ground pretty fast, I think this is Eric's opportunity right now. Keep this fight on his feet. Don't overcommit at this point. Just touch the guy. All he needs to do is go out there and touch Josh, and I think he's going to frustrate him and catch him coming in because Josh is coming in fast, I guarantee. He does not want any part of the stand-up at this point.
So at this point, you would like to see Eric take his distance, keep it on his feet, maybe do some feints, maybe a jab or two, maybe a leg kick to keep Josh from shooting in so easily, and then just end this with a big right cross or something.
Absolutely. Only thing is, I'm not real sure if I'd like to see a leg kick, because that's going to be the easiest thing for Josh to grab and just try and shoot a double leg on. I'm saying no kicks right now unless they're straight to the face.
Here we go with
jabs,
the third
crosses, uppercuts.
That's why you are the expert. I would have lost this fight for my fighter.
You would have got taken down.
Right away.
We'll see what happens, though. This has been an excellent fight. I'm really liking this. Let's see what happens here. See? Eric's still looking very intense, in my opinion. Look for a big right hand coming.
Josh looks very fatigued.
The kick right there, not much on it. Both fighters look a little. I think Eric's finally realizing that the more he comes in, the easier it is to take him down. So I think he's looking to load up on one big punch right about now.
I agree. I like what Eric Harris is doing right now. He's not overcommitting.
I think he's thinking if he can just land a couple good punches, finish the fight, or stop a couple takedowns, I think he's going to win the fight. That's what he's thinking.
He's definitely in a better position to sprawl and prevent a takedown.
As soon as that big right hand came, Josh was waiting. He dropped in. But, see?
I like this. I like that Eric is taking it back to the feet.
I'm not going to the ground. I'm not going to the ground with you. I'm looking to beat you up on my feet. Problem is Josh has timed that very well, that right hand. He knows that right hand is coming. As soon as he throws it, he drops in for a punch. That good feint right there. He needs to follow that with a left hook. Because every time he does it, Josh cowers down to the right. That makes it open for the left hook. You know what? At this point, the way I'm looking at this, I think Eric could land a couple good leg kicks. I'll be honest with you.
Eric definitely looks to be picking his shot. He's biding his time, just trying to keep a good solid base to defeat the takedown. Oh, there we go. He is teeing off.
They're going to stop this pretty quick.
I think we got to stop that.
Yeah.
Eric Harris is teeing off.
Wow, man. That was.
Josh is defending himself.
Very close to stopping that, but that was a great.
I wouldn't have argued with that stoppage.
No, but Josh did a great job of coming back and stopping that from position.
Josh is definitely showing a lot of heart.
And Eric's doing a smart thing right there. Why take the risk of getting submitted when you're clearly winning the fight right there?
Those were some big shots landed by Eric Harris.
I thought they were going to stop it, to be honest with you.
Josh is definitely showing
he's
where.
Got nothing left. And look, he still has a presence of mind to try and get this.
I tell you, Josh doesn't look like he has literally anything left. He's all heart. He's all heart.
Oh,
I'm
you
going to give
gotta
it to
like
him.
his attempt. You gotta like what he's
But
trying
his
to
body is not keeping up with his heart right now.
Absolutely not. I think he knows that he had his best chance to win the first round. I think he's very tired right now. He just wants this nightmare to be over.
Eric's looking to land that one big blow. And I think we just got it there. And we have a stoppage. That was a good stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, you really couldn't have done anything else besides stop that fight at that point. I mean, he was looking so tired, but man, that was nothing but heart. That was a great fight, to be honest with you. I really like the contrasting in styles. Great fight there.
It was definitely a contrast of styles. I'm going to be honest, didn't go the way I thought. I was pretty confident that Josh Embry was going to catch him in something.
Well, especially the first round. He got him down. He mounted him. He had a couple really slick takedowns. That was, but you know what? Those takedowns are so tiring sometimes. I mean, anybody who's done any wrestling knows some of the toughest 6 minutes of your life can be a wrestling match.
And conditioning's everything, right? Like, you could be the most skilled fighter in the world, but when you're out of gas, you're out of gas, correct?
That's probably the worst feeling in the world, too. When you're out there and there's nothing you can do. No matter how bad you look in the ring, you feel worse. That's a weird thing. I watched fights where I was in there and I thought, man, I look terrible. And I watched them like, I didn't look half bad. But you feel horrible. So I can't imagine how bad he was feeling right there because he looked extremely tired. He'd throw a punch and he would fall to the ground.
I feel like our first two fights were a testament to conditioning.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, that's what amateur fighting is. You know, a lot of the amateurs aren't going to be at that level yet because they're amateurs. Seems like when you get better, the higher level amateurs, they're better at that. And these are some pretty new amateurs. When you get to the pro level, that better not be an issue. You better be in good shape.
So part of fighting, part of going through your amateur time in fighting is learning things like when to blow your wad and when not to blow your wad, when to conserve energy, when to.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, it's not all about the amount of cardio you do at the gym, because you might do a lot of cardio at the gym and you might still be tired in the fight. A lot of amateur fighters learning how to control your adrenaline, when to use it, when to use how much energy. I mean, that's a big portion of it. A lot of people don't understand that. They think he didn't do enough cardio. No, that guy did a lot of cardio, but it doesn't matter. You can do cardio all day, but if you go to the gym, and it's different than when you go actually in the cage. And in the cage is different. That's what the good thing about amateur fight are. You learn that by the time you are a professional.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, and that's why you start as an amateur. These are some great amateur fights, though.
Oh man, these two fights have been money so far.
Four guys with a lot of grit.
Yeah, I mean nothing but heart right
and
here.
And a lot of skill. We've seen a lot of great technique.
I look for. Wow, I mean look, they're gonna carry Josh out, kind of help him out. Hope he's all right there, because that was a tough fight for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time and decision, which is brought to you by Pike Collision. 2 minutes, 35 seconds in round number 3. Your winner due to referee stop from strikes, Eric the Lone Star Hammer Harris.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Eric, 3 rounds, went 3 rounds with that young man. How do you feel about your performance, and what do you want to say to all your family and friends who come to watch you dominate tonight?
Well, my performance, I could have been better. Josh Embry's a tough opponent. Thank you for showing up. My family, my brothers over there, my woman, I love y'all, baby. Can't wait to go home to our beautiful daughter. I did this for her and my whole family, and my country and God most of all.
Congratulations, once again, your winner, Eric the Lone Star Hammer Harris.
So Eric Harris improves his record.
I love you, baby.
To 2-1 with the TKO stoppage over Josh Embry. 2 punches. What a great fight. This is a great start.
I really liked what he was doing there. He looked like he had a lot of skills in different areas. He did a good job of staying out of some very dangerous positions. Those were some slick takedowns, I'm going to be honest with you. And I liked what he did, the way he got away, and just kind of maintained.
All right,
he looked like he was in good shape. He looked like he was ready to go.
Our next fighter, fighting out of the blue corner.
All right, let's go on to the next fight here.
He is a Kung Fu fighter standing 5'4".
Jesus, we got a Kung Fu guy.
weighing 135 pounds. Fighting for Team Iron Horse out of Anderson, Indiana, here he is, Sean the Brutal Noodle Johnson Jr.
That's an interesting nickname, the Brutal Noodle. I'm not too familiar with that one, so.
It's probably my favorite nickname that I've heard to date in MMA.
Today, yeah, you're right, the Brutal Noodle.
Of all my time spent watching MMA, the Brutal Noodle is definitely my favorite
Well,
nickname.
it's definitely in the top 5, but I mean, he's a kung fu fighter. That's pretty interesting.
You don't see that a lot. I think at the very beginning of MMA, you saw interesting styles like this. For him to come from a kung fu base, you don't see that a lot, right?
I do not know, so very interesting. Looks like his last fight was a win in Coliseum Combat. He won unanimous decision versus Jay Watson. So he's got a couple knockouts too, probably the KO background, but 4-0, he's undefeated so far.
He's got a couple KOs under his belt, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
All right, right now, people, we got a special guest who just came in. We have UFC veteran, 4-time UFC veteran, Andrew Holbrook. Andrew, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, watching the fights. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. So what can you say about the first couple fights you've seen so far?
Yeah, everybody's coming out to fight tonight.
I know, man. I was pretty impressed. They both those fights were, I thought, very entertaining. So the people showed some skill. People showed a lot of heart. So you got anybody here that you're cornering or that you know who's fighting or anything?
We got a few guys I know. We got Dave Burness, Drew Eckleton, and the main event there with Bryant Whitaker.
Fantastic, man. So what's coming up next for you? What can you tell us? What do you know right now?
I absolutely know nothing. I'm pretty much the idiot. I just wait for the call.
Once again,
that is a bad thing
out
about
of
the UFC.
Pike
You're kind of at
Collision
the
blue
mercy.
corner,
You wait for
Sean
what they're going to do, and then you say yes typically.
Johnson Jr.
Well, I know you're doing great right now. Anything else going on in your life you care to mention to us or anything like
And
that?
his opponent,
Nah,
fighting
just
out of
kids
the
for a
red
big old
corner.
run this morning,
He
man.
is a
They're
wrestler,
insane.
also schooled in
one of the most
grappling.
impressive things I've heard in a
Standing
long time.
5'5",
Your daughter
weighing
just ran a 5K. Can you tell
136
us
pounds.
a little bit about that?
Fighting for
She did
Team
that, the
Lee
night of the
Brothers
Indy Marathon
Submission
one, too. The
Academy
marathon, she did a 5K there.
from
Did pretty good.
Decatur,
And she just ran one this morning.
Indiana.
And
Here
in the 9 and under
he is,
division, for the
Josh
girls, she got second. I'm like,
Mann.
are you serious? She's 5 years old.
5-year-old daughter ran a 5K in 32 minutes. That's unbelievable, man. She runs the whole time, too. That's pretty crazy.
Run 5K, let alone at 5 years old.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Well, Andrew, look forward to having you kind of hang out with us, hang out here, watch some fights, go do whatever you want to do. We got another fight coming up. Maybe we can have you come back another break and answer some more questions, but feel free to hang out here. This is a good area to watch a couple fights. So, okay, who's the next fighter? What can you tell us about Josh?
Josh Mann's coming to the cage. He has an amateur record of 1-1. He's 28 years old at 5'5". He's fighting out of Decatur, Indiana. His last fight, March 18th of this year, lost a unanimous decision to David Lopez in the MFL. So he's coming off a loss. He's looking to advance. He's fighting a Kung Fu master who has 2 knockouts under his record. Here's what I want to see. I want to see something crazy out of Sean Johnson, some flying wheel kick or something that goes back to his Kung Fu roots.
You definitely might get that. I was hoping he'd kind of wear like a Kung Fu thing out to the ring. It didn't happen, but that's all right.
Again, I'm going by appearances. I think this guy's got something up his sleeve. Sean Johnson looks like he's got some tricks up his sleeve. I'm hoping that we see something exciting. Either way, a lot of grit so far tonight. People leaving their heart inside the cage, and that's what I like to see.
That's all we want. That's what we want to see here. We want to see some people inspire us. We want to see people come out here and leave it all in the cage. And, you know, I was talking to some of these guys before the fights. I told them, I've been fighting for many years, and unfortunately, half you guys are going to win and half you're going to lose. It just depends on how you win and how you lose. It determines what you do in this sport. So.
Absolutely. I think that's great advice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I always have to tell people, too, I guarantee you I lost more than all you people. So, unfortunately, that's the truth. But, you know, most of my losses, I would learn more from them than all my wins. Every loss, you know more than all your wins combined. When I win, I'm the greatest fighter ever. When I lose, something went wrong. What happened?
Sure. And it's how you come back the next fight, correct? It's what you fixed from the last performance.
So that's what the losses are about, correcting
Josh
problems. So,
Mann.
all right, what do you think here? It looks to me You can tell
This
right
bout
away
is
that
scheduled
Josh
for
is a couple inches shorter.
3-minute rounds. Your referee, once again,
So it appears to me
Rob
that Sean's going to have a
Madrigal.
good reach advantage. I would not be surprised if he looks to keep it to his feet and Josh tries to take the fight down. What do you think?
I definitely think that you're correct. This is going to go to the mat very quickly, I believe.
Well, we'll see.
I'm going to see.
Sean might not want it to lose. If he is, maybe his takedown defense. Sean comes out traditional stance. Both guys right hand.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What a leg kick to the side of the face.
Dang.
Josh Mann is out. He doesn't know where he's at right now.
And he's
What
pouring blood.
An
Wow.
incredible.
Did you see that kick right to the face? Wow.
I saw it and I heard it. That was devastating.
Was a great timed left kick right to the face. Here's a replay. Oh no. I thought they were gonna show replay would click, but wow, that was a nice.
What did that go? 12 seconds, maybe 12 seconds into the fight.
That might be a new Midwest Fight Series record.
Josh Mann went in for the shot, and Sean Johnson ended this fight with a
Delivered it
left
with a
kick.
great kick. That was an impressive kick, to be honest with you, man.
I'm going to give credit to his Kung Fu roots on that one.
You
I
know
feel
what?
like
I mean, I'm a little. You love seeing great knockouts, but I'm a little disappointed. I would like to see more of that fight go on. You know, you
Absolutely.
just don't know what will happen. I feel terrible for Josh because he probably trained really hard. He didn't get to showcase his skills.
it's got to be the worst feeling in the world to train this long, to come into a fight, and it end that quickly.
Well, I mean, you know, because it's a bad thing. He just got caught with a kick. What are you going to do? That happens to people, but hopefully he's okay. I think Andrew's right. I think he has a broken nose because he got kicked squarely in it. As soon as I think he was bleeding before he hit the ground.
He
you know?
definitely has a broken nose. I mean, you can see it happen as soon as he was hit. Sean
Ladies
Johnson
and
now
gentlemen,
has
we
3
go to the
knockouts
official time
5-0.
and decision,
in his record.
which is brought to you by Pike Collision.
Wow.
I'm interested to see
7 seconds in round number 1.
7
Your
seconds.
winner
I'm going to
by
give my microphone over to Andrew so you guys can talk a little bit about what's going
The
through
brutal
Josh's mind right
noodle, Sean Johnson Jr.
So like he said, what do you think's going through Josh's mind right now? He came out here, he trained hard, he got caught with something. It's kind of just like, man, that sucked. That's embarrassing. What do you want? What's next for him, man?
You know, it's happened to me as well. I went out, I lost a quick one myself, so, you know, it devastates you, but at the same time, it immediately makes you want to get back in there and start
Thank you very
hard
much.
right
All
again,
right, here
right
we
away.
go. We
That's
got
the thing
your
about
winner
all your
center
losses,
here.
man. You like,
Man,
you always
the
want to go
brutal
back in
little
there.
7
That's a horrible
seconds
feeling.
in
And
round number 1.
you gotta
wasted
win
no
again to get
time.
rid of that feeling. You know what I
Setting
mean?
ringside
Exactly.
as you
Ready to kill
connected.
As soon
I
as you
heard
get
her
back to it,
snap.
you're ready to kill. I mean,
I think you might have broke his
That
nose.
is the good beauty of a loss. Is that
So
makes
how
you
do
a
you
little bit
feel
hungrier.
about that? I mean, I
gotta keep that
understand
hunger,
as a
and
sports
unfortunately, sometimes that's how you
person,
have to get
you
it
don't
back. Is
want to
Yeah.
hurt
taking a
somebody.
loss.
We are
I
in
agree.
this,
Let's hear what
realm here.
Sean has to say.
Well,
about
I come from Iron Horse, and like they teach us finishing and speed and accuracy and stuff. So when I was gonna throw a fast kick and I seen him laying down, just aimed, he went there.
I've watched you fight over a few years now, and I'm telling you what, your fight has elevated. Every time I watch every next fight you have, you've been more dominant and dominant. Keep up the good work. Ladies and gentlemen, here you are, your winner, 7 seconds in round number 1, Sean Johnson Jr.
Wow. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing Sean fight again. He's 5-0 right now.
You want to say anything to all
7-second
your
fight.
fans who came to
Well,
watch
I
you
mean,
fight tonight?
Nothing
Oh
but
yeah,
upside
man!
for this
All
guy.
my family who
Yeah, you
supports
just
me, y'all
knocking
know what
people
I
out,
go
man.
through
Gotta
to
love
actually
that.
do this.
Yeah.
A lot of these fighters,
7
this is
seconds,
their
that's
life.
good.
Y'all know this is
Yeah,
this is
that's-
us.
that's
We
impressive.
breathe this. Thanks to all y'all. My dojo, Iron Horse, and just everybody keep going strong. Y'all let them know who the best 135er is. It's Sean Johnson.
Hey.
Congratulations,
Best
Sean. All right, fight fans, here we go. Our fighters coming in out of the blue corner. His fight
Okay, we
style
are
is
back here.
athletic
Wow,
combat.
those have been some pretty good
Standing
fights. I'm pretty excited about the first
5'10",
three.
Outstanding
weighing
fight so far. I'm excited to see the
153
rest of them.
Fighting for Team Heighten.
Looks like they're coming out right
He's
now.
sponsored by Grunt Fit Studio, Ironside Tattoo Gallery, and Logan Hair Studio. Ladies and gentlemen, from Crawfordsville by way of Danville, Illinois, here he is, the blessed Steve Moore. Morris.
Wow, you know what's amazing to me? Steve Morris, 2-1 as an amateur, has an awful lot of sponsors. You notice that?
He has a lot of sponsors.
He's got a lot of backing, man.
He's got a lot of hustle, and hustle's half the game, I feel like. He's 21 years old. As a featherweight, I think he's moved up to fight. Having before as a featherweight. We'll see when he comes out here and see what you think.
That's a pretty big jump, man.
His last fight was August 13th of 2016 in the MVFC. Bragging rights, he won a split decision against Travis Sparks.
And his record is now 2-1, 21-year-old, lot of sponsors. Sounds to me like he's taking this pretty serious. So I'm hoping that's kind of what's going on here. He's really wanting to make a go out of this. The problem is for most fighters is you need some income in order to make it to where you can train full time. So maybe he's got these sponsors, they're paying for his day-to-day living so he can train all the time. That's what I'm hoping.
I was watching all the fighters during the warm-up, and Steve Morris in particular caught my eye. He looked very focused, so I'm excited to see what he's bringing to the cage outside his sponsorships. So far, he is leading the night in sponsorships.
And that's at the battle, like we said, but I'm hoping that what he's using the sponsorship is to propel him in order to be able to train all the time. If you can't train all the full time, it makes it difficult in the sport anymore. You have to have somebody behind you, somebody believing in you, and somebody who's willing to put forth that effort to make it to where you can go on to the next level.
We'll see what you think on this. So I saw the past fights as a featherweight. Now either he dropped down for that fight or he bumped up for this one.
Now I usually have a theory, and I don't know if it'll hold true on this.
Okay.
But typically when it comes to amateur fights, I usually just pick the guy with the least amount of tattoos and bet on that guy.
Has that been reliable so far?
That has been reliable.
And
It's
once
not-
again,
it's not
out of the
filth,
Pike
it's not every time,
Collision,
but I'm
blue
saying
corner,
70% of the time, that's
Steve
good.
Well, if that's the
Morris.
case, then Steve Morris does not have a chance.
Well,
He's pretty well covered in tattoos.
that's true, but he, like you said, I like his focus. He talked about it earlier, looked very focused and
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a freestyle fighter standing 5'11", weighing 155 pounds. Fighting for Team Lee Brothers Submission Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fort Wayne, Indiana, here he is, the youngster, Nick Friedrich.
Nick Friedrich, he has an amateur record of 1-1. He's only 20 years old. He's 5'10". Now, has fought before at welterweight at 170. So if he's dropping some weight here.
This seems like a kind of, we have one guy coming from 170, one guy coming from featherweight.
This is what intrigued me about this fight, because if the paper trail is accurate, that's exactly what's going on.
So his nickname looks like he's the youngster.
His last fight was February 11th of this year in HFC 32. He lost a unanimous decision to Corey Jackson.
So it looks like he's probably motivated and wanting to come out here, put on a good show, I'm hoping.
Yeah, he's going to want to erase that loss and come out with a win today over Steve Morris. We'll see what happens. I haven't seen him. Doesn't look like he has any tattoos.
Like I said, it's not a 100% theory or a proven fact, but this is usually what I go with.
But for the fans at home, it would be an interesting betting strategy in the future. Judge tonight.
Yeah, to be honest with you, from the looks of both these fighters, I would probably be more inclined to lean towards Steve on this one, especially with the sponsorship we're talking about.
He's got a lot of sponsorships. He looks like he's in excellent physical condition. He's very focused right now.
He's got a good stare down going on right now. He's not taking his eyes off of Nick right now. It's funny, some fighters, when they're up here, they can't really look at the fighter. They'll turn the other direction. They avoid eye contact. They really don't want to see him, even
once
in the
again,
face-off. Other fighters got the stare down
Bell
going on.
Bond, red corner, Nick Friedrich.
It looks like Nick's going with that. He's not really looking
Ladies and gentlemen,
at Steve
give it
Morris.
up
Steve's
one
giving him
more
a bit of a
time
stare
for our
down.
beautiful ring card
Now, the amazing
girl.
thing, if you were going to tell me earlier if somebody fought at 170, I would have not was going to say it was Nick. I would definitely would have went with Steve. He looks to be
This
the
is a
bigger fighter
fight
than me.
scheduled for three
What do you think?
3-minute rounds. your referee.
I tell you what,
once
I've been
again,
surprised once already.
Rob Hines.
So I don't want to go too far out on a limb, but Steve is my favorite. Steve Morris is my favorite right now.
Oh, you see that? Nick said he wanted to touch gloves. Steve denied.
What was
He
your
said
policy on that? Did you always touch gloves before
yeah,
a
if the
fight?
other person wanted to, absolutely. But Steve wanted nothing to do with that. He said no. I wonder. He's got a tattoo on his side that says "Finish him."
Nick,
Oh,
impressive
Nick
kicks so
with some
far.
Good kicks from there. Nick, nice kicks thrown by Nick right now, the youngster.
I tell you what, once this
Woo!
fight started, Nick's persona instantly changed. It's
No,
like
the only
Dr.
thing I
Jekyll,
don't
Mr.
like,
Hyde.
Nick's got his head awful high.
He's
Nick is
standing
keeping it-
straight up, right?
Oh yeah, and he's keeping his chin straight up. I don't like that at all.
So he's moving backward and keeping his chin straight up. He should be taking an angle, correct?
Yeah, not only that, but he's got to tuck that chin. You never know when a punch is going to come out and turn that chin over. Okay, Nick's trying to pull guard right now. And he was able to achieve half, but not able to get full guard at this point.
Nick's definitely at a
Boy, Nick-
disadvantage here. He's not in a good position.
And Steve is throwing some pretty darn good punches from the top.
Looks like
Full
Nick's
guard
leaving
now,
a
full
lot of
guard, too.
space there, which isn't good.
You know, I think what Steve's got to be careful of, he's kind of opened himself up to some submissions right
Oh.
there. Good right hand, though. Good right
Devastating
hand.
strike by Steve Morris.
Oh, triangle choke attempted by Nick right now.
He's got both arms
He's
trapped.
going for the arm bar as well. Going for the arm bar. Very nice attempt right there. Steve is really trying to pressure down on that to make sure it doesn't happen. Really trying to, what we call stacking. He's stacking right now to make sure he does not get that arm bar. It looks to me like Steve's pretty happy to sit in the guard and try and throw bombs at this point. Try and throw heavy punches. He's landed a couple with some success.
He's got some heavy punches, so I don't blame him for that. But I do worry about him leaving his arm out here.
Absolutely. That's a very easy opportunity for Nick to get an armbar submission. But, man, every time he gets to land a punch, they're landing pretty well, and they're landing pretty powerful.
Oh. Steve Morris with some heavy bombs from the top position.
I mean, this is really turning into, to me, whether you're going to get a knockout by Steve Morris or a submission by Nick. That's what this is turning into.
Nick's definitely working on that armbar constantly.
It's a smart thing to do. He's got to do what he can to keep distance. Every time Steve throws those heavy punches, he's opened himself up for triangle chokes and arm bars.
Now, Steve Morris is expending a lot of energy here, it looks like.
Oh, another good triangle choke attempt by Nick. Let's see if he can finish this one. Kind of hard. He's got both arms in right now. You can't finish it like that. It's going to be very difficult. Steve doing a good job of posturing up. Good job by Nick.
Nice.
To land strikes while he's got him trapped.
Nice strikes from the bottom by
Absolutely.
Nick Friedrich. If Nick gets that arm again and then turns to the side, I think
Wow,
Steve is in trouble.
very difficult round to call. How do you call that round, Todd?
Well, I think this is the problem here because myself, I want to give that to Nick Friedrich. I saw a little more technique. He had a threatening position on Steve Morris. He had that arm pretty good, a triangle almost in 1 second, transitioned to an arm bar, and I thought he had it pretty good. But if you're a judge that likes striking, Nick landed some good bombs.
Well, that's the problem right there. You
Or
looking
Steve,
for?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Steve probably did more damage in that round. So, are you looking for straight damage? Or are you looking for technique? That's where the problem comes in with judging. Is all the judges are looking for something different. I would not be surprised at all if you had a split judging on that round.
I'd agree.
You got a little Snoop Dogg in the background to kind of in the mood. So that was an excellent round. I look forward to seeing how they come out next round.
Yeah, it's like you said before. Who learned the most from what the other opponent brought to this particular fight?
You see Nick once again, since you ready to touch gloves? And Steve denied him once again. He said no. Is he going to pull like, a biblical thing and deny him 3 times a night? like Peter did Jesus? We'll see. Hopefully we'll see. Hopefully it goes another round. Both guys appear to have their chin up right now. Another good kick.
They're both
Another
standing
good
straight up.
Chin is, good,
Nice
powerful
kicks.
kick by Steve Morris. He's trying the same spinning kick that was used against him. I like it. They're kind of mimicking each other a little bit.
It's going to be interesting to see if Nick Friedrich chooses to stand with Steve Morris or if he's going to take his first opportunity to shoot for a takedown.
A lot of kicks here, not many punches being thrown so far. Nick changed it up to
Southpaw.
to a southpaw stance right there. I think maybe sees like a left kick. That's
nice
exactly
kick.
what I was saying. I think he's about to throw a powerful left kick. Oh, look at the nice welt that he's developed on Steve's leg.
Steve
Morris
showing
has a
some wear on his left thigh there.
Oh, yeah. And
Steve Morris going
goes
for a
the
takedown.
He once again, I think he wants that top position where he was able to land bombs.
See if he can
Got him.
pull this in. Good defense. Good takedown defense by Nick Friedrich.
Nick is doing a good job of using the cage to his advantage. That's almost like a third leg at this point. He can lean against it without being able to be taken down.
Had a cousin that had a third leg. So anyway, he's using this fence to prevent Steve Morris from being able to suck in those hips and get the takedown accomplished.
Now,
It's being very effective.
Steve's actually spent a lot of energy trying to get this takedown. If it doesn't work, that could be telling.
Yeah, he is investing a lot in this takedown. And if he doesn't get it,
I've been impressed with how
he's
Nick's
gonna be
been able to
gassed.
fight it off so far, and he's landing good punches on there as well.
and Nick looks very comfortable here defending the takedown.
Nice strikes. Good strikes by Nick right now. At some point, you got to wonder if Steve's just going to kind of bail out on this takedown and try and get back to his feet and look for a better takedown, or just like to land some kicks.
If I'm his corner, I think I'm telling him to give up on the takedown.
Yeah,
He's
it
going to
doesn't-
be
he doesn't look
arm
any closer
weary.
right now to get it. Okay, back up into more of a under-over wrestling position. He's still looking to kind of push him and put his weight on him, kind of wear him down. Nick gets away. Good job. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Maybe we can see a punch. Good kick. Oh, good punch is still being thrown there.
Nick-
Steve Morris is actually starting to look a bit more tired after
He
that.
is.
I'm telling you, the most tiring thing in the sport of mixed martial arts is attempted takedowns. When you fail those, you're very tired.
Well, he spent a lot of time and effort trying to get that takedown, and it did not pay off. And Nick Friedrich looks pretty fresh right now.
Yeah. Oh, nice kick there. I'm telling you, it seems like Steve is. Oh, good left hand by Nick Friedrich.
Steve Morris with the bomb there. Did not connect.
Oh, that was another very close round. It depends on, once again, what you're looking for. Nick was able to push him in the fence the whole time and go for a takedown, but I think Nick defended it superbly, landed better kicks and strikes, and I think I'm going to have to give that round to Nick.
I agree. He landed some clean strikes. Steve was the aggressor, but he was a little more sloppy, for lack of a better term. Then Nick was a little more crisp, but he was landing more.
Absolutely. I personally think if you look at the fight, I think Nick has a little bit more conditioning at this point. Once again, conditioning, that might not be that he worked hard or whatever, but I think Steve wasted a lot of energy there trying to get that takedown. Just held position a little bit too long when he wasn't going to get it.
He expended his energy more wisely for sure, and that's what I'm learning here so far from you, is people hanging on to something that's not going to happen too long.
That's exactly it. So we'll see what happens here. I'm looking forward to this third round. Looks like he's going to do
The
it one more
third
time.
and final
Looks like
round.
Nick's going to ask him if he'll hit gloves. Let's see if he does it.
Denied a third time. Nick's just trying to be
Oh.
nice.
And you can see that's tiredness right there when Steve Morris fell down like that because of they both threw kicks. He falls down from it.
Nick looks very fresh
Oh,
here
yeah.
coming into the
Nick
third
looked
round.
like the first two rounds were just his warm-up. Oh, good right hand attempt. Didn't land. I don't think I've seen a good punch land from our feet yet, but Nick's got some tricky kicks he's trying to mix into there. That was like a very powerful kick. Man,
Oh, good right hand by Nick Friedrich.
going for that takedown once again. I think he's tired. I think it's what he really feels like he can do, but he's in a good guillotine position right now.
I realize what he's thinking right now, but Nick seems very solid in his takedown defense, and especially at this point in the game, I don't think Steve's got the gas left to pull it off.
I mean, those are some excellent takedown skills that we're seeing by Nick.
Very smart fight so far by Nick Friedrich.
Well, you know, Steve's doing some good things right now, too. Since he's not able to get a takedown, he knows he's got to score, so he's trying to throw some knees, but I don't think those knees are counteracting all the punches he's taking.
Nice strike. So do you agree by Nick so far?
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly
Body
what you want to
head,
do.
he's working body head, body head.
exactly what you want to do when you're being pushed up against the fence. If you can't turn the guy, you want to make the guy pay every second of the fight. Now, if you can see, he's got that right underhook almost on his. He gave it up, but that's a hard way for Steve to get that. If he has his arm trapped like that, it's very difficult for him to get the takedown.
Should he move to a single leg from here? Or has he got to get those hips off the fence first?
That wouldn't be a bad idea if he could get the single leg and really dump him back, but I think at this point he's kind of committed to what he's trying to do. It's not working, but he's put so much energy and time, energy and effort into that. I don't think he knows what else to do at this point.
In my opinion, Nick's scoring a lot off with his back against the fence. He's scoring a lot on these body blows.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would think he's winning. Now you can see, you can hear Steve Morris's corner out there saying you need to reset. They know that he's losing this portion just like you do. So I think they're saying, hey, you got to give this up or you're not going to win this fight.
I wouldn't be surprised if Steve doesn't get himself caught in a guillotine here soon.
Yeah, but Nick's not even really worried about that. He's just like, why would I choke this guy when I can punch him?
He's very happy in the position he's at.
Powerful
He is
punch.
working the body of Steve Morris.
I will tell you, Steve's going to have some sore ribs for the next couple of days.
I would guess so.
At some point, you got to wonder if the referee's going to break him back up, but I don't think he's going to because Nick's landing so many punches.
He's getting so many strikes in, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're landing punches, I guess why break him up? Ten seconds left. I mean, I'm going to have to give this fight to Nick unless something drastic happens in the last few seconds.
I definitely think this round was the difference. Great fight by both fighters, but Nick really dominated that third round, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more. He really pounded Steve Morris's body, and just I don't know why Steve continued to stay in that bad position. I really don't understand it. I think he was tired. I don't know what else to think.
Well, I think it's the tattoos. I think you were right. The lack of tattoos worked to Nick Frederick's advantage in this fight.
I'm just saying, if it's a 70% correction, I mean, you got to go with those odds. 70% of the time, at 75%, it happens all the time.
I will take 70% any form of gambling.
Now all we got to do
sure.
is get, amateur fighting on being able to bet on it, and then they're in business, I think.
Absolutely.
Now, like
Again,
I said, that
though,
does not hold true when it comes to the professional ranks.
Sure, sure.
Look at Cody Garwick. He's got a lot of tattoos. Just hasn't lost yet, I don't think.
Again, though, a lot of grit by both fighters. I don't feel like either one of them left anything inside the cage after that fight.
Well,
Steve Morris he made some mistakes, but he was exhausted. I mean, he gave it his all.
I'm very impressed for Nick being 1-1. He seemed like he had a lot more experience in there as far as he seemed like he didn't get very tired.
He looked very savvy.
Exactly. I don't think he wasted any energy. That usually comes the more fights you have. Somehow he's been able to develop that at the gym. Or maybe, some people, when they have more kickboxing match, boxing, or wrestling, it kind of mimics this. So maybe he had a lot of other one-on-one combative sport that gave him the advantage, in my opinion. And they finally touched gloves. See that? We're not all bad
All's
guys in
well
this
that
sport.
ends well. We finally had an exchange there.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the official decision, give these warriors a round of applause.
I'm not a big fan of the referee or the judges. I should
All
say. Seems like they
three
get it wrong
judges
line,
scored
but
about
they got this.
29-28
Yep.
for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the Bad Boys Bail Bond red corner, Nick Friedrich.
Nick Frederick, even though they gave the name of, gave his color and the name of his corner, still didn't know until they said his name that he was going to be announced as the winner.
Well, I think that was the right decision. I think it was kind of like we thought. Steve won the first one with effective strikes and landed the harder punches. But as the fight went on, Nick just kind of took over and his conditioning weighed out, and he won the fight.
I agree. There was an argument for one round given to each the fighter up until that third round.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So good to see. I look forward to seeing Nick fight again.
All right, here we are with your
that was a well-earned
winner
victory.
by unanimous decision. How do you feel about your performance tonight, and what would you like to say to all your family and friends? I feel good. Should have worked on cardio more. But I want to say thanks to all my coaches over at Lee Brothers Submission Academy. My jits has definitely improved, and just thanks for everybody coming out. Love you guys all. Congratulations once again, your winner, Nick Friedrich.
Impressive win by Nick Friedrich. As you said, despite his record, he's now 2-1. Only 3 amateur fights. It looked like he had a lot of ring savvy.
Exactly, a lot more
which
than a
probably a result of a good gym, correct?
You would have to think so. I know he's in there with. Got him, Doug Stapleton. I know
all right,
he
ladies
knows
and
what
gentlemen,
he's doing. So live in
who
the
in
corner,
here
who you
would like
around
to
with
see
at all
some
times.
heavyweight
People,
fights?
you know, that kind of rubs off on you. I'm looking forward to this fight.
That's
We've
right,
had
ladies
Steve
and
Jenkins
gentlemen.
fight a couple times.
It's time for the big boy.
Very entertaining fighter. He comes to fight. That's one thing I can guarantee you with this guy.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter that is also schooled in kickboxing. Standing 5'10", weighing 245 pounds. Fighting for American Top Team Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, from Shelbyville, Indiana, here he is, Ashley Hunt.
Ashley Hunt, wonder if he's related to Mark Hunt, fighting tomorrow morning in New Zealand. From the looks of it, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no. He looks like a totally different race of human. I tell you why. This guy's from Shelbyville, Indiana. A lot of people don't know this. That's my hometown.
What? Are you kidding?
I like to think I'm the biggest thing to come out of Shelbyville, Indiana, but after tonight, Ashley Hunt could take that moniker.
Well, no, he can be second. He's never going to overtake you.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
At least after this fight. I mean, come on, maybe years down the line, but not right. Hey, but he is 3-1. He's got an impressive amateur record.
Yes,
what else do we know about this guy?
3-1. He's 23 years old. His last fight was November 2nd in 2013 in Hard Rock MMA 58. He won by submission against Michael Fenimore. That's a long time ago.
That's a real long layoff.
He's only 23 years old, so he fought at basically 19, and he hasn't fought since.
Wonder what happened. You know what I'm guessing? Prison. Huh?
Prison?
Huh?
That's usually probably a good guess.
Well, when it comes to MMA, that's what I assume.
Exactly. You know way more about that than I do, but I believe you know what you're talking about.
So this should be a very interesting fight. Like I said a minute ago, I know Steve Jenkins comes to throw down. He's 3-3 right now. But I bet he's probably won 3 by knockout. He's probably lost 3 by knockout because the guy comes to fight. I really don't know. But he comes and he's going to put it on the line. So hopefully Ashley has something like that.
And once again, out of the Pike Collision blue corner, Ashley Hunt.
Steven Jenkins was another fighter that during the warm-ups impressed me. I mean, he looked like he came ready for business.
Oh, he's intense as can be, man.
Yeah.
He's
and his opponent,
he's no joke. He comes
fighting out of the red corner. He is a freestyle fighter, standing 6'2", weighing 260 pounds. Fighting for Team Get Some, and he's sponsored by Your Fight. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lebanon, Indiana, here he is, Steve Heart of a Lion Jenkins.
As you said, Steve Jenkins is 3-3 so far as an amateur. He's 35 years old. He's up there a little bit. So he's probably been at this for a while.
Well, I talked with Steve earlier. I think if he wins this fight, I know he definitely wants to turn pro afterwards. I mean, at this point, you're 35 years old. You can't fight amateur too much longer if you want to have any kind of a pro career. It's not good for people to be fighting too much after their 40s, you know, unless you're a genetic freak like a Randy Couture or maybe like a Mark Coleman or most people can't do that.
Absolutely. How old were you when you retired?
37.
37. 37. And this guy's at 35 years old. I think you're right. I think it's time for him to make that decision.
So, but he's got to have a good fight tonight to make this happen, is what I'm guessing.
Well,
you don't want to turn pro coming off a loss. I think that would be a kind of a bad thing going in your head coming into a pro fight. Hey, I just lost to an amateur. By the way, I'm looking at Ashley Hunt. He does have some toenail polish. So that kind of throws everything off with my tattoo theory. Black toenail polish is usually not a good sign.
It's the old Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell, though, had the black shoe polish. Had a pretty decent little career.
You're right, that's a good point. But I've also seen some other guys who've done that.
He was the only one that could pull it off. There's no doubt about it. He was the only one.
I wonder if Ashley's doing that as like a tribute to Chuck.
Could have a fungus. Could be hiding a fungus. We don't know what's going on at this point.
Wow.
But he's definitely sporting the black shoe polish.
Out of the Bad Boys Bell,
nail polish.
Corner, Steve.
I'm just saying he's got more nail polish on than our ring card girls.
And give it up for this beauty, Gabby. She's one of our other ring card girls.
I'm going to take it. All right, so this is my new favorite ring girl.
Gabby just overtook her? Wow.
Yeah, new favorite ring girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Your referee, once again, Rob Madrigal.
I like to root for my hometown boy here.
Big boy, some noise.
But I'm looking across the ring from him as Steven Jenkins, and boy, I don't know.
I've seen Jenkins fight before, and I can tell you, the dude can take a punch typically. I've seen him take some pretty merciless beatings and come back to win the fight. So let's see what happens.
Ashley Hunt coming out unafraid. He's very aggressive, but he just ate a forearm. He's in trouble. He's not defending, and those punches were reaching skull every time.
Man.
That was the sickest thud I've ever heard up close.
It seemed to me like he knocked Hunt out at least 2 or 3 times in that fight.
Absolutely.
I think he knocked him back into consciousness.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Now, do you think we could mark that as like 3 wins, 3 knockouts right there, because he knocked him out 3 times?
I believe that was 3 knockouts inside 1 minute of the first round.
Maybe 15 seconds. I don't know.
That first punch that caught him missed, and he actually caught him with the inside of his forearm, like right behind the ear.
That dropped him. That dropped him down, and Ashley was able to recover after a few punches, but he'd already achieved a mount. It was very difficult for him to do anything after that.
That last series with Steven Jenkins on top of him, literally every punch, you could hear a skull.
Oh yeah, it sounded worse because it was right in front of us.
Yeah, but wow. Ashley Hunt took a beating there.
Definitely look forward to Steven Jenkins turning pro on our next card, I hope.
Yeah, that would be great. A fantastic knockout by Steven Jenkins. Ashley Hunt looks to be okay, so we're happy for that. He came out a gamer, though. He came out unafraid.
He came out to fight. I mean, a 3-run record. Well, it looks like, once again, Todd, you will be the most famous guy at Shelbyville.
It looks like he will not be replacing me as the most famous person from Shelbyville, Indiana. Unfortunately. Who knows? He's still young. He's 23. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, for now, the record's safe, so let's not.
I don't know what he does in his day job. He could be an astronaut school. If he makes it to the moon, he'll pass me.
You said Shelbyville an astronaut.
I realize that's an impossibility. You're correct.
Because not only are you the most famous guy, you're probably the most intelligent guy from Shelbyville all the time, right?
I like to think so.
I mean, you're probably the valedictorian. I don't know.
I like to think so. We'll see what happens here with Ashley Hunt's career. I think Ashley needs to take a hard look at his chosen profession at the moment.
Well, you hate to make a rush decision like that. I mean, he was 3-1. Everybody can get caught, but if that continues to happen, if that is what happens after a couple of fights, yeah, you definitely want to.
Yes, I mean, he was 3-1 before this fight, so I don't know where he was fighting. Hard Rock MMA 58, he did win a submission against Michael Fenimore, so maybe he just got caught.
But
and
ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time and decision,
a little bit since
which is brought to you by Bad Boys Belmont.
He wasn't able to knock that
15 seconds
like you said, anybody can get caught. And Steve Jenkins
your winner by
can catch people.
Knockout. You don't want to make your first fight back in a while against Steve Jenkins.
Heart of the Lion Jenkins.
Those were some awful, devastating punches, and I wouldn't want to get behind any of those.
Absolutely.
I saw,
He has to be concussed after that, correct?
Well, I would have to think so. I mean, they kept him on the mat for an awful long time. They talked to him. They tried to make sure he was all right before they sat him up. Once again, I know
All right, I'm here
more
with
than
the
once.
winner of this fight. 15 seconds in round number 1. You took it right to him. What was going through your mind when you finally finished this fight in 15 seconds in round number 1?
I mean, me and my coach, we sat down and watched all his videos last night, and I knew what was coming. So I just had to prepare myself and throw that left.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that this is his last amateur fight. Steve Jenkins is becoming a pro.
Steve Jenkins is turning pro. I think it's a good decision.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing else he can do. He's got nothing else to prove as an amateur. He's done enough fights.
And also, I'd
He's
like
ready
to
be a
let
pro.
everybody know what
Absolutely.
else is amazing about this young man. He fought in Iraq, was injured in Iraq, serving his country, and still come back. And he's still an amazing fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for this American hero.
Man, that makes me even happier and like this guy even a little bit more than knowing he was
So
over
as you get
defending the
your
country
pro
overseas.
card,
Absolutely.
is there anybody in mind that you would like to call out and fight on your first professional bout?
I hope it's not
Anybody,
me.
bring him. I don't even care.
Is your first professional bout going to be for a Midwest Fight Series?
Absolutely. This is where it started for me. This is where it started my pro career.
Right on. Congratulations.
Very happy to
Thank
hear
you
that.
once
Very
again,
happy to
ladies
hear
and
that.
gentlemen, Steve Heart of the Lion Jenkins.
My wife real quick. And I want to say thanks to all my fans that came out, especially my wife. She puts up with a lot of stuff. We got 4 children, lets me train. So I love you, babe.
Right on. She's a hero,
Familiar
too.
with that. I'm familiar with that. 4 kids trying to train and have a wife that's going to put up with it. That's so difficult. So
Yeah.
thank you, Kristen, for putting up with me, too.
Absolutely. That can't be easy. It can't be easy as just a single 22-year-old out here training, trying to make a
All right,
career
I'd like to hear
in this
from the
sport.
crowd.
But to be a family
This being
person
the south
responsible for
side
the lives of other
pavilion.
people.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
Are you having a
You're
good
putting lot
time
into it.
tonight? How about the north side? You having a good time? Yeah. West
You know
side,
what
we
we've
having
not
a good
had yet
time?
tonight? We have not had a submission. We've had a few decisions.
How about east side and the
we've had a few
VIP?
A few quick knockouts. But we haven't
How's
had
them
any
seats
submissions.
up there,
have we?
VIP?
No
Can you
decisions.
see real well?
What? Is it just
Right
style?
on.
Is it because of
Beautiful
style?
crowd.
I don't know.
This
We've had a
is
couple-
an
we've had a couple guys
amazing
who've had some good
venue.
submission attempts,
I like
but
this
the guys have been
venue.
good about getting out of it.
Would you like to
Guys take a
see
little bit more
fights
skill.
here again in the near future? All right, fight fans, here we go. This next fight is for the 135-pound title fight. Introducing
What do you
first,
say?
fighting out of the
Said
blue
135.
corner.
I believe this is a
Here's
185. This is a
freestyle
middleweight
fighter,
matchup.
Yeah, we
standing
need to
6
talk to
foot
our
tall,
announcer. That's not
weighing
quite right.
184.7 pounds.
Well, if he's fighting for the 130 title, he's a little overweight.
Fighting out
I
of
think, yeah.
Greenfield
He,
by way of
he missed weigh-ins by about 50
Panama
pounds there,
City,
so.
Florida.
Was it the future
Ladies
Anthony
and gentlemen,
Johnson?
here he is, Deron the Reaper Hughes.
Oh, I'm glad he said Reaper. Deron Hughes,
Yeah, some
this
people-
guy, 23 years old. He has an amateur record of 3-2, and his last fight was on May 5th of this year in Danger Zone 49, Cinco de Mayhem. That's probably my favorite name of a fight yet, Cinco de Mayhem. He lost by submission due to strikes to James Schaefer. Now, when you lose a submission due to strikes, is that verbal tap out? What?
That I would think that either or a verbal tap out or a physical tap out. Usually when the referee stops it, they call that a TKO,
TKO, okay.
via strikes. So I'm thinking this guy was taking a pounding and just tapped out. is what I would
Absolutely.
gather. Or maybe he yelled out, "Please stop." We don't know. I'm hoping he didn't yell out, "Please stop." So the
Coming
Reaper,
out to Soldier Boy.
we'll see what 3-2 record so far.
He's fighting Drew Eggleton. Now, Drew Eggleton has an amateur record of 2-1. He's 29 years old, 5'10", slight reach disadvantage maybe. But he last fought on March 19th in 2016, so it's been a minute for him. And he fought the Midwest Fight Series 15 right here in Indianapolis, I assume. He won by TKO over Mike Cornudo in the first round.
Yeah, I was at that fight. I think I was actually up in Anderson, Indiana. But
Okay.
Midwest Fight Series likes to travel out everywhere in the Midwest that they can. So I remember that was up in Anderson at a casino there. But I remember Drew looked very impressive that night. So I'm not real sure why the long layoff, but it's been over a year. So hopefully he's been training the whole time.
Deron
And
Hughes
once again,
is entered
out of the Pike
the cage.
Collision blue corner, Deron Hughes.
Strong beard game.
And his opponent, fighting out of
kind of a
the
Zach
red
Galifianakis
corner.
look
Either
going on.
it's some kind
His
of a
fighting
modern
style
hipster.
is ground and
I would go
pound.
more with the Zach Galifianakis.
Standing
I think
5'10",
So the good news is if
weighing
he doesn't fight well, he might be a
184
funny guy. Maybe he can do
pounds.
He might have a
Fighting
future in
for Team
comedy.
IBG. And he's sponsored by CrossFit Dogfight and ICC
Sounds like a
Floors.
lot of people tonight came to see Drew Eggleton. He's a local favorite, huh?
Ladies and
CrossFit
gentlemen,
guy.
from
Also,
Indianapolis,
a lot of those people when he said
Indiana,
CrossFit,
here
a lot of those
he
people
is,
start cheering.
Drew
All these good-looking, in-shape people across from us. Big fans.
Eggleton.
Now, Todd, I can tell you do not do CrossFit. And you know how I can tell that?
How's that?
Because I've talked to you for 5 minutes and you haven't brought it up.
That's a good point. They like to let you know that they're into
They're
CrossFit.
kind of like vegans. You can't get by without that. Well, I'm a vegan. I know you're a vegan. I'm not. But Drew definitely has brought the crowd, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he has here.
A lot of pressure on him. Is he being cornered by some members of your gym?
Absolutely. I know Drew has trained there in the past. He's got Pat McPherson right there. They got a belt being held up by Luke Taylor. We got John Brunsdorf. We got a lot of notable fighters. Pat McPherson's been well known. He's probably cornered people in about 25 UFCs now.
Very impressive corner for Drew Eggleton. We'll see how it translates here once this fight starts.
Well, Deron seems to be very relaxed over here in the corner. He's just kind of relaxed, chilling out. He looks very unimpressed by Drew. Now, I will say, I think Drew is more of a takedown and try and go for submission or strike guy. Not real sure what Deron's going to try and do.
Deron looks pretty much unimpressed by everything. He just looks like he's at home right now.
Maybe think he's watching it on TV like, this is a really good angle.
He's very relaxed. That might be a good sign. He's very, very confident in his fight strategy for tonight.
Definitely looking forward to it.
And once again, out of the Bad Boy Bells Bond red corner, Drew Eggleton.
Now, I got to be honest. I'm looking at the tattoo count. They're about even, so there's no real advantage.
We can't go by that. Neither are wearing toenail polish. One does have a beard. Do you give any weight to beards?
I really don't at this point. I haven't had an educated guess.
Ladies
on
and
that
gentlemen,
or
this
any type
is
of,
the
really noticing that too much.
185
This
title
could
match,
be the fight
not
that decides it for me.
135. I
Yeah, good.
apologize.
We'll see what happens.
185 title fight scheduled
Now,
for
I gotta
three.
be honest with you, from a pure
3-minute
physique
rounds.
standpoint, Drew
Your
definitely looks to be a
referee,
little
once
bit better in
again,
shape.
He does.
UFC
And just
veteran
based on his
referee,
I mean, he's got some
Rob
serious
Hines.
people in his corner. So I think that's a good indication that he's going to be pretty savvy.
That being said, there's nothing better than going into somebody's hometown and beating them. That is one of the best feelings you're going to get when nothing works out. You silence the crowd and people boo you. That is a great feeling.
Here we go.
Kicks exchange
Feeling
right
each
there.
other out.
Both guys. Oh.
Drew shooting immediately for the single leg.
got the takedown a little too easily, in my opinion.
Duran's trying to get his back
Duran's
against the fence.
He's getting ready to go for a Darce there, but Drew's having none of it. Drew's in complete control of his legs right there, making sure. Now Duran going for an arm-in guillotine. Very difficult to get with a guy of Drew's caliber.
Duran
Got
immediately
his back
giving up
over.
his back. I don't know what he's thinking here, but he does not look like he's in a good position.
He's got him flattened out. It's a big trouble right now for Duran. He's got to do what he can to get those legs out there. This is going to be a quick night.
Drew Eggleton raining blows.
He's got it. Duran's got to get. Oh, now he's flattened out. He's in big trouble.
Very quick into things. Drew Eggleton just dominated that performance. Duran never looked comfortable.
Yeah, once he shot in, he kind of fell down a little too easy from that. He really never was able to recover. He tried to get an arm-in guillotine, but Drew was having none of it. You know, once again, he had a record of 3-2. Kind of had the advantage against a guy who had 2-1 record, but
The crowd's not happy with the early stoppage, but from our vantage point, Duran was not defending himself
Once he
at
flattened
all.
him out, there's nothing he could have done. I was continually saying he had to try and do what he can to get one of those legs out. I know it's difficult with the guy punching in the head, but if you don't get one of those legs out when the guy got the hooks in and he's flattening you out, it's going to be a quick night.
And those strikes to the head were really landing clean.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time and decision. 1 minute, 2 seconds in round number 1. Your winner, due to tap by strikes, and still
I didn't even see the tap. Did he tap that run there?
I didn't
Midwest
see the
Fight
tap
Series champion, Drew All Day Eggleton.
Well, I think you have your answer on Beards. So
Drew,
far.
you got quite the fan base. That's some loud people, yeah. Congratulations, you retain your title. So you got another opponent in mind for your next bout?
This was it, actually. I'm done.
Well, then I'll hand the mic over to you. I imagine you have something to say to some of your fight fans tonight.
That's disheartening. I hate saying that.
First off, all my family and friends that came tonight to support me, I love you guys. It's been awesome having all you guys come out all the time, and big shout out to IBG and Coach Pat for all the help he's done. Same with CrossFit, Dogfight. I love you guys. ICC, I appreciate everything, guys.
Congratulations once more time for our 185 champion, Drew Eggleton.
So Drew Eggleton retires at 3-1.
And
as
Drew's
an
a young
amateur.
guy. He's 29 years old. I'm wondering what
All right, cut that music for
Maybe
a
he's
minute.
got too
We're
much
going to
going
talk
on.
to
I'm
his
not real
opponent.
We've talked about before what a
Ron,
grind it is. The
fight
sport.
was over at 1 minute, 2
Very
seconds.
difficult to- I
Looks like
understand
you
if he
got
has
some
other
bumps
things
and
going on.
bruises, but you're going to be all right. You told me earlier there was something you need to ask somebody.
Uh-oh.
We have a
I think I
girlfriend,
know what's going to
Casey
happen.
Walker, who come in.
Casey Walker, come on up
Do
in
you
here.
think he's going to break up with her? What is,
It's possible. It's possible.
What would you like to say to her?
It's been a crazy road. You've seen me get my face completely destroyed. And
That's
still
true.
love me no matter how bad I look. So, would you do me the honor of marrying me?
Oh, well, this is a first for me.
yeah. Hey, it's a feel-good story. It's a feel-good story.
A
I'm
marriage
happy for them.
proposal after an MMA fight. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen one, especially after a loss, so that's kind of crazy.
I'm just glad that he was not knocked unconscious. That would have ruined his entire plan.
Congratulations to the Mr. and
Maybe
Mrs.
that's why he
Future.
tapped. That's why the tap happened.
Hughes.
I got to be cautious. I
As
did
a-
not think of that.
Yeah, as a guy who was married twice,
Did you wish somebody would have knocked you
Yeah.
out?
All right, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen,
I
we're
would
gonna
have liked
take
to have been
another
knocked out
quick
unconscious
20-minute break.
before each of those
Get you
proposals.
something to drink.
But he
They
made it
have
through,
soft
and hopefully it
drinks
works
and
out
water at
well
this
for him.
end of the building.
Absolutely.
Congratulations
Go out,
to
take
the
your
both of
smoke
them.
break, get up,
Absolutely.
stretch.
Happy for them.
Back in 20
We're getting ready to
minutes.
start the professional portion of this, so we're going to take a quick break, and we shall be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to carry on with some more fights? And now, this is the co-main event. The first fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter standing 5'9", weighing 145 pounds. Fighting for Team Lee Brothers Submission Academy from Fort Wayne, Indiana, by way of Huntington, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Jordan the Jackal Downey.
Jordan coming from Fort Wayne, Indiana, about 2.5 hours away.
He's got a record of 0-2 with his last fight, October 22nd of 2016 in the HFC 29. He lost a unanimous decision to TJ Pettigrew.
Not a good start when you're down 0-2. Let's see what this guy comes out with.
By the way, this is called MFS 16 Red and Blue for a reason. The red team is competing against the blue team. And through the amateur fights so far, we have the red team leading 7-4.
Now, do you know how do they come up with that? Because there's not been 11 fights.
Because you get 2 points for a finish and you get 1 point for a decision.
Okay.
So with Eggleton and Jenkins and Sandlin on the red team finishing their fights, that's 2 points apiece. And then Frederick got a decision, so he gets +1. Johnson and Harris took care of things for the blue team with finishes, giving them 4 points.
Now, what does this score really mean, though, in the big picture of things? Do you have, I mean, from what I have gathered, I thought that, is it for the fighters, is it for the fans?
The winning team, the fighters actually get a gear bag from Vitamin Shop, which is sponsoring the event. So they get a gear bag full of supplements, other types of fight gear, related items from Vitamin Shop.
You know, I kind of like that because what you're doing is you're saying, you know, whichever one of these teams you're on, if you're going to put for the winning team, there's more incentive in a way to try and finish a fight. You get more points for your team, and then you can get those supplements. People don't understand when you're an amateur and you're trying to build stuff, and not everybody has all the sponsors of that. So getting a sponsor like that.
And once again, from the Pike Collision blue corner, Jordan Downey.
I'm very happy to see that, you know, they're trying to do some things. They're trying to promote the sport and try and do something a little bit different. I like the idea of making these fighters try and go out there
his opponent,
and finish fights.
Fighting out of the red corner.
Anytime you get incentive to finish a fight's a good thing, in my opinion. And so far, with only one decision, it's working.
46 pounds. Fighting for Team IBG. He's sponsored by Bad Boy Belmont, Torture Chamber Lifting Club, Just Vapor, Gray's Barber Shop. They have the best fades and straight parts in the city. Ladies and gentlemen, from Indianapolis, Indiana, give it up for David, the Rude Dude Barnett.
David Barnett is fighting out of IBG. I'm sure you're very familiar with this guy.
Absolutely.
Is he really a rude dude? Where did the name the Rude Dude come from?
I don't know. I wouldn't say rude. You know, he definitely has a different flavor about it, but I'd never consider the guy rude. So maybe it's just a good nickname. Maybe he just likes the way it sounds. I'm not sure, but we'll see if he can be rude to Jordan Downey here.
He has a record of 4-2. What can he tell us as far as strengths and weaknesses go?
You know, it's pretty solid all around. I think he definitely is going to look to try outstrike Jordan. But then again, I don't really know much about Jordan. So we're going to see. I think David has the ability to try and take the fight wherever the other guy he feels it's not as good. So if Jordan comes out looking to strike, I think David's going to try and take him down. If Jordan comes in trying to take him down, he's going to look to strike. Hopefully we didn't have a technical difficulty there. Hopefully people have been hearing what I've been saying. So
yeah, both our mics were off for some reason.
I'm throwing some gems out there. I'm throwing some diamonds out here. Hopefully you guys heard them.
I'm hoping the battery's not dying. Mine was flashing a second ago, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I mean, we got a very slow walkout. You know, I think sometimes that might be a psychological distraction, trying to get Jordan. I mean, look at Jordan. Jordan is bopping around right now. A lot of the guys have been very relaxed. Jordan's moving around the whole time, so I think maybe Dave Burness is trying to take extra long, just letting that adrenaline burn off for Jordan already.
Now, we were having technical difficulties, but Burness is a guy from your gym.
Absolutely.
He fights out of IBG. You were saying he's a well-rounded fighter. You would say he's pretty comfortable in any position. But you look for him to maybe try to take this fight to the ground.
I look for him to keep it on his feet at the beginning. We'll see what happens. I think if he feels Jordan trying to throw heavy, hard punches, he'll look to take him down. If Jordan's looking to take him down, Dave's definitely going to look to keep it on his feet. So I think it all depends a lot on what Jordan does here. But in my opinion, Dave's going to try to start off and see what he has with some good kicks, some good strikes.
Certainly is taking his time getting in the cage. I like that. I think he's icing Jordan Downey a little bit here.
I mean, Jordan is moving around an awful lot. People don't realize he looks like, unless he's in really good shape, that's going to burn some adrenaline right there.
And once again, out of the Bad Boys Belt Bond red corner, David Burnett.
Now, what do you think from these guys, like their physical appearance? Who are you going to give the advantage to on that?
They both look like they're in excellent shape.
And give it up one more time for the beautiful ring card girl,
looks to me like
Gabby.
maybe you have a little bit of a strength advantage if it comes down to that.
You know, to be honest with you, I would think it's kind of a wash. I think they
Ladies
both
and
look
gentlemen,
physically
this is
about
a
the same.
professional cage fight scheduled for 3.
I like David's
5-minute
focus
rounds.
right now.
Your
It's
referee,
nice and calm.
once
Both
again,
these guys are staring a hole
Rob
through each
Madrigal.
other. Look at them, man. There's a lot of intensity going on right there. Looking forward to, I'm interested to see if there's a touching of gloves. I think these guys are just ready to kill each other.
Burness is coming off a loss in his last fight, so let's see if he can avenge that.
There's a sign of respect right there. Big high kick right away by Jordan.
And a low kick.
Good low kick.
Downey coming out with kicks.
Oh, whoa.
It caught him
Wow,
with the forearm.
Good choke attempt. Was unable to get the full extension. So Burness on top right now.
Again, that's the second time we've seen that tonight where a guy gets caught in the side of the neck with a forearm right across the brachial plexus
Burness
origin.
does a good job of trapping Jordan's arm down right there and able to land some good strikes. Jordan looks very comfortable off his back right now.
Burness delivering good strikes from the top.
Oh, good elbow landed there by Jordan. Jordan still kind of staying with a little bit of a closed guard position right now. Very hard to do much from there, but not a bad tactic right now. He wants to wear Burness out a little bit. Kind of stop this onslaught of punching that's coming. Wrist
Burness
control there.
working the break guard.
Burness is doing a good job of staying busy on top, enough to where the referee's not going to break him back up and stand him up. I think he's more than happy right now to just land some punches.
He's got a little bit of space here. We'll see what Downey does.
Open his guard by Jordan. Oh, good head kick by Jordan.
Almost sucked himself into a triangle there,
Looks
didn't
like
he?
that's what he was trying to set up, was young Jordan Downey.
Jordan does look comfortable from his back. Looks like he operates pretty well from the guard.
Absolutely.
He's
It's going for
comfortable
a
here.
Chimera lock right now. David Burness is wise to keep that right arm trapped in there. Going to make Jordan use a lot of energy without able to get anything. That's what he's going to try and do is land body punches, because Jordan, as he's doing this, he's exposing
Oh, he's got
his
the
wrist.
arm out now. He's got the arm out now. He's getting it pretty high. Oh, nice.
Good reverse. Knee on stomach. This is a very bad position for Dave Burness.
David did the right thing to
Good
relieve the
elbow
pressure on
attempt.
that arm,
Good
but then
elbow
he
in.
fell on his back, so now he's in a bit of a tough spot here.
Wow, Jordan's throwing some heavy punches from there. Dave's got to do what he can to get out of this side mount position. There's not much to do from there. And good. He's got his back right now. Dave came out. Good reverse. There's a very good grappling going on right here. Back to his feet. Good guillotine attempt. Oh, very deep guillotine attempt right now. Dave Burness is in some serious trouble
deep.
right there.
That looks very deep.
Looks like his head might be able to pop out, but it's in some serious trouble. Dave would be smart right now to put his forearm across. Almost popping that head out, but he can't quite get it.
He needs to put his forearm across.
Put the forearm across Jordan's throat. Like
there
he's
he
trying
goes.
to do right now. There, puts it
Nice.
there. Way
now
to
he's
pop
out.
out.
Some really good action
This
so
is a good
far.
back and forth fight so far. I'm liking this. Jordan with the close guard right now. Like I said earlier, difficult to do too much from there triangle-wise. Oh, good armbar.
He's got him caught. That was quick.
Wow.
That was very quick.
Threw that armbar attempt on there very quick. Wow. That came out of nowhere.
That was textbook, wouldn't you say? That was textbook. He caught it.
Tough loss for David Burness right
Came out
there,
the
man.
side.
He was in a great position. He was looking good.
Wow, I did not see that coming. Obviously, David Burness didn't either. He was in a decent position.
He was in a very good position.
Now we know
but-
why Jordan Downey was so comfortable being on his back and maintaining guard for so long.
Absolutely, man.
He had some tricks up his
Man,
sleeve.
you gotta like this. It looks like for a second Jordan might almost be on the verge of tears. Finally getting his first win. Finally getting his first win.
Jordan Downey letting the crowd know this is his house. Certainly is at the moment.
It's amazing after a fight like that, the adrenaline that pops out of you and what you say and what you do, and later on you're like, man, what was I talking about?
What's the dumbest thing you've ever said when adrenaline hits your brain right after a
remember
fight?
once I went up and I started yelling at the camera stuff, and it was just a bunch of nonsense. And I turned around and walked away, and then I came back to the camera, didn't really have anything to say, and I was like, what am I even doing here? And
I forgot where I was at.
And another thing, I never lose again. And I was like, what am I even talking about? It was embarrassing. I remember me and my cornerman, everybody went nuts. It was after my fight in Australia. I won by a knee bar, and it was we went nuts. It was hilarious.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official time and decision.
But to be honest with
3
you,
minutes,
I don't even remember what I said.
25
because it was
seconds
such
in
an
round number 1. Your winner by tap out due to an arm bar, the Jackal, Jordan Downey.
The Jackal.
That was a very good armbar. You were right.
Yeah, that was perfect technique. It looked to me anyway. And that's probably the quickest I've ever seen that live happen to a person.
When you throw it on
Disappointing
there's
loss.
nothing you can do.
David, you came in, you throw down real good. I've seen you fight a number of times. You always put on a good show. You didn't let anybody down today. You just unfortunately lost the fight. Is there anything you'd like to say to your family and friends that came to watch you fight tonight?
Absolutely, I appreciate all you guys' support. I just ended up getting caught. Jordan did a great job transitioning to the arm bar. It was either going out of here with a broken arm or tapping tonight, so that's what we had to do. I want to thank my girlfriend, Vivian Smelly, for putting up with all my bullshit for the last couple months, cutting weight. I love you, baby. My family from Massillon, you guys are the best. All my friends and family, keep coming out. Appreciate the support. Give it up to this guy.
Thanks again. And I want to give it up to Gray's Barbershop. Your hair
Very
looks
easy to
terrific.
be classy in victory,
Right on.
but it's tougher to be classy.
All right, come on
in
out
a
here,
loss.
champ.
I think you handled that
All
brilliant.
right, Jordan,
beautifully,
3
actually.
minutes,
I think you did
25
too.
seconds, round number 1. That arm bar you got him in, was that something that you studied tactfully so you can get your opponent in that position?
I mean, we always go for the kill, so I just, whatever presents itself at the time, that's what I take.
So you feel pretty confident with everything that happened this evening. What would you like to say to all your family and friends? You don't even have a blemish on your face.
Oh, no.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man, I'd like to thank first Matt Lytle, or Chris Lytle, my best, and Brett Fox for setting up the fights and stuff. You guys put on an amazing show. I want to thank my coaches and my teammates, Darby, Johnny, and Chris Lee here, and to all my friends and family that came out to support me and my teammates. I love you guys. Chelsea, I love you too, baby.
Right on. Congratulations one more time. Your winner, the Jackal, Jordan Downey.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Look good.
Jordan Downey bringing 2 more points to the blue team, which puts them at 7-6. The red team is up 7-6.
Ooh, this is a close one. Whoever wins this fight is going to win it, right?
It's going to come down to the last fight, point-wise, for the team.
Hopefully it's not a decision because then we can end in a draw. We don't want that.
We don't want it to end in a draw.
There's no such thing as draws.
If it's a draw, though, I think everybody should get Vitamin Shop gift bags.
I agree.
That's why we do.
Exactly. We'll make that happen. Hey, that's what we can tell Vitamin Shop,
Yeah,
you know.
right?
You have to play double or something. If it's like,
Ladies and gentlemen, it was
these
just
are great
announced
fights.
that
Excited to be here.
the next Midwest Fight Series fight will be hosted here once again, September the 9th. Get your cell phones out, pull up your calendar, and put it in there. September the 9th, 2017, right here once again at the Pan Am Pavilion.
Man, this is a great place to put on a fight. I've never been around a place in Indianapolis besides
And now,
Baker's Life that's been this good to put
it's
fights
time
on.
It's a great fight.
for the
Comedian
main
Sean Latham just joined us at the
event
table.
of the
He's been
evening.
training at your gym a little bit. Sean, have you ever seen an armbar that quick? I mean, he literally he left home with it.
You know what?
Ladies
I
and
think he
gentlemen,
was so concerned with
this
getting
is
the
the
guillotine
fight that
choked out,
most of you have
and then
been
he just didn't see it
waiting
coming,
for.
man. The guy really,
Van
it was a really quick
Camp
transfer,
against
and it was done. It was a transition. He was done. It was so fast. It was beautiful.
You know, Sean makes a good
So,
point here
ladies and
because
gentlemen,
a lot of
here
fighting, a lot of
we
jiu-jitsu
go.
is about setting guys up for
This
what's going to
fighter is
happen.
fighting out
Not
of
right
the
now, but what
blue
might
corner.
happen later. So
His
I think
fight
you're right. He
style
was worried
is
about one thing
athletic
and something
combat.
opened up because
Standing
of that.
6
That's exactly
foot
what
1,
happened.
weighing 100.
He was doing. It was nice. He was willing to defend the guillotine nice,
Fighting
but
for
he was too
Team
concerned. And then my man
Hyden.
switched it up on him.
And
that was
he's
it. It was
sponsored
over in
by
seconds. It was
One-on-one
Sean knows,
clothing.
just like everybody who's been grappling for
Ladies
a while,
and
when
gentlemen,
somebody
from
gets a move locked in there,
Lebanon,
it might seem like he
Indiana,
tapped awful quick. You have to tap awful quick because he will break your arm otherwise.
Yeah, he would have took it home with him.
Pretty boy Cam Van Camp.
Now, this, to be honest with you, is an awesome fight. We've got two guys from this central Indiana area with very good records. Van Camp is 7-3-1. Burnett is 8-2. Very rare where you get two guys from this area at this caliber who are going to fight each other. Usually they want to bring in a guy from out of town. But this is for bragging rights. This is for who's the best guy in the Midwest at 155 pounds.
Do you know much about Cameron Van Camp? I see he has a lot of submission wins as an amateur, but lately 3 wins by TKO as a pro so far. So it appears that maybe he's rounding out his game a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's getting more well-rounded. He's actually a pretty tall fighter, so he's using how to use that length a little bit better. He's a good wrestler. This should be a very interesting fight. I'm looking forward to this one very much because, once again, you don't have usually two guys from the same area who want to fight each other very often.
Whitaker looks to extend his win streak to 8. He's currently on a 7-fight win streak. Big Mo
Yeah, wow.
coming into this fight.
Absolutely, man. So that means he was at one point 1-2, and he's won 7 in a row. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Rocky start to your career, but you're able to. But you know what? The last guy we just went over, he was 0-2. Now he's got 1-2, so he could be
This
maybe
is
in the
where
same
it
position
starts.
later on. So Van Camp's last fight, what can you tell us about that? He fought in Coliseum Combat. Is that correct?
Yeah, he fought Coliseum Combat 38. He had a win over Bobby Emmons by submission via choke. Like I said, that was a thing that I saw a lot in his amateur win history was all these submissions.
And
But
once
lately,
again, out
a
of
lot
the
by
Pike
TKO.
Collision blue corner,
Via punch, so.
Pretty boy Cam Van
I
Camp.
mean, he looks to be a pretty big 155-pounder in my opinion.
6'1", pretty tall for 155, right?
Absolutely.
And
you can
his
tell here
opponent,
he has some fans, but
fighting
it
out of the
sounds like
red corner,
Brian Whitaker has
he
a few
is
more
a
fans. I heard a few
freestyle
boos.
fighter, standing 5'10", weighing 155
I'm really
pounds.
excited for this main card
Fighting
right here.
for
It's
Team
really gonna go down with you guys and really get a good
IBG.
look at what's, how these
And
guys
it's
can really go
sponsored
to war
by
right now.
Bad Boy Bell
Couldn't agree
Box,
more, man. This is awesome.
the Brothers Grissom Brewery, Heffernan's Home Services,
Lots of sponsors once again.
Hollywood Saloon,
The last guy that had this many sponsors
did not win the fight.
did not win the
I
fight.
think he lost the decision, right?
In a hurry. Ladies and gentlemen from Muncie, Indiana. Here he is, Bryant Magic Man Whitaker.
Wow, he does have a lot of people here tonight. You can hear
this guy brings the
crowd
crowd
going crazy.
As a local fighter, that's what you always want to do, is bring a crowd, because it can definitely influence the judges.
You know, Brian, he really started slow. He was 1-2 in his professional career, and then he rattled off 7 straight wins. So I'm really looking forward to a really strong battle.
Yeah, you always want to go with the guy who's got the momentum on their side. He's starting to believe he's going to win the fight. That's a big deal. When you believe you're going to win, it's hard to beat that guy.
His nickname is the Magic Man.
Now you see it. Now you don't. And he's got the Gracie trained entourage coming along with him. You notice that?
Sure does.
That was a tactic by the Gracies used to use in the early UFCs. They'd come out with about 8 to 10 black belts right behind them. Little psychological advantage trying to intimidate the other opponent in the ring.
He has quite the entourage. There's like 8 guys in his corner, evidently.
And he's got to hug every one of them.
Now that does help, right? As far as the morale of the fight, you have to hug everybody that walks out with you that's in your corner. Is that how it works out for you?
That's how it works in this position. I don't know. Whenever I came out, I didn't hug anybody. I said, I want to get in that cage right now. I don't want to talk to people. We'll talk when the fight's over. I know we talked right before we got in here. I don't need no public display of affection.
You know what? I also respect that you never had a bad haircut when you walked in. Now, if that means anything, tonight my man's going to go 8-0, Mr. Whitaker.
Well, we'll see. Let's see his haircut, and we'll go from there.
Bryant Whitaker.
Sometimes, you know, there's a possibility that your mom cuts your hair because you're trying to save every dollar for your war. And
Cameron Van Camp is sporting the Russian look. He looks like
and once again, in
he looks a little bit like Andrei Arlovsky in this.
The red corner, Bryant.
Very loud crowd right now.
Man
I'm excited
Whitaker.
for this matchup.
You're not kidding.
And I'm excited for that ring girl. Again, that's my favorite ring girl.
Hey, it keeps going back
This
and
fight.
forth. It's whoever comes
Ladies
out
and
last.
gentlemen, this is a professional
Fresh
bout
in mind.
scheduled for 3 5-minute
In time,
rounds.
I don't know.
Your referee, once again, Bellator veteran and UFC veteran referee, Rob Hines.
Well, good to hear we have a good referee involved with this one. So here we are, the main event. Let's see what we got.
Gentlemen,
Look at
this
this
is
there.
3 rounds under the
You
current
can tell,
unified
Van
rules of
Camp's
mixed
looking
martial
at him.
arts. I expect you to
Brian
follow my
looking straight
instructions.
for the ground.
Protect yourself at all times. Cameron, any questions? Bryant, any questions? Touch gloves if you want. Back up, we're good to go.
Let's go, boys.
And here we go. This is the main event.
Let's see what happens.
The moment
here.
we've all been waiting for.
Cameron's got a little bit of a smirk on his face. He looks a little confident right there. I'm liking this. Once again, very good heavyweight, or main event, not heavyweight. Oh, good jab by Whitaker right there. You can tell who has the length right away, though. Van Camp looks much bigger.
Definitely has a height advantage. Although on reach, though, I don't know that his arms don't look that long
He's
necessarily.
doing a good job of moving around right now. Pretty slow a kick attempt by Cameron. Looked like he really didn't throw that with much conviction. I think he looks like he's really trying to relax in this fight. Oh, good right hand by Whitaker. Oh, the heavy
Whitaker.
lever being thrown right there.
Whitaker just missed with that right hand.
Landed a good leg kick, though.
Again. Oh.
Oh, Whitaker did not like that. He really took a bad shot there. He looked like he did not like what he felt on the other end of those punches, I don't think.
Definitely a good sign that he was not enjoying what was happening on his feet.
Absolutely.
When they take a shot from that long out, yeah, I would agree.
Tough. When that wrestling's not working for him right there, let's see what happens. Let's see what Whitaker wants to do. Van Camp almost starting to, looks like he might start taunting him at some point.
Cameron's definitely looks very loose.
Now Cameron's doing a good job of using that fence. He does not want this to go to the ground, I think. Oh. Standing
Whittaker-
choke attempt. Wow.
Whittaker
What is
definitely
happening
sucked
here?
himself into a standing choke.
Wow. That was
He's out of
very exciting.
Van Camp he's really almost taunting him with the way he's just smiling at him like that.
I keep noticing he does have a grin on his face at many times. Whittaker really trying to get this takedown. He's locked it up. I think Van Camp's going down now. After when he locks it up like that, very difficult to stop a guy.
Van Camp doing an excellent
he
job
can't-
of defending this takedown.
He can't quite lock it up right there. Van Camp did an excellent job there. I thought he was going to be able to stop that. I didn't think he was going to be able to stop that takedown when he was able to.
He's able to keep a wide base and keep his hips and back to the cage, but now Whittaker pulled in
And achieves
for the
side
double
mount.
leg.
That is big. That is big. Van Camp doing a good job of trying to get half guard. Full guard, it's okay. Good job by Van Camp to get that guard back in there, because otherwise he's going to be in a world of problems right there.
Whittaker almost had side control. He just ran out of real estate. The fence was keeping him from getting all the way across.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let's see what Whittaker's able to do on top here. Is he going to try and pass guard, or is he going to be happy to land punches?
He's in a good position here for some good ground and pound, I would think.
Well, he's got Cameron Van Camp's head trapped against a fence. He can't really move his hips right now to get out. But I think Van Camp's doing a good job of tying him up. So Whittaker is just doing what he can to land whatever punch he's able to at this point.
So it's going to be difficult from Whittaker in this position to really tee off and get a lot behind those
What
punches.
he's trying to do right now is just do a little bit more controlling right now. Make sure he's winning the round, able to land good body punches, try and land a couple to the head. He definitely wants to make sure he's winning this round. Doing a good job of controlling right now, trying to dominate the position game, trying to land what he can, kind of amass, in the judges' eyes, the majority decision on this round. Van Camp doing
There
a
we
good
go.
job.
Nice elbow there by Whittaker.
Van Camp doing a very good job of stalling him, though, tying him up a little bit. You can tell the difference in this fight and some of the others, I think. I think there's a higher skill level.
Absolutely. Technique's a lot tighter.
Good right hand by Whittaker. I think a big up kick's coming.
Whittaker able to
Uh-oh,
drop
he
a right hand in there.
He got a good choke attempt there. Good guillotine attempt.
Van Camp set up, almost put himself in position for
I
that
think he was trying to
guillotine.
come out the side, but it didn't work out like he wanted. Now he's in some trouble right there. He's got him pushed in. Whittaker's just trying to get a good guillotine. He really doesn't have a good finishing move, so he's just trying to work the body right there.
Van Camp needs to work up against the cage, get to a standing position.
Van Camp definitely wants to get this fight back on his feet. He looks like he had the advantage right there. Whittaker looks like he has the advantage on top. So this is going to be kind of a chess match to see who can get in the position that they want.
Yeah, who's going to impose their will? I can already tell you Whittaker wants to keep this fight on the ground
Absolutely.
as long as possible.
Oh, good job by passing guard there. 5 seconds or 10 seconds left. Van Camp with a guillotine attempt. Looks like it's probably too little. Very good first round, man.
Outstanding first round. I'm impressed.
Both really look nice. Personally, I'm gonna have to go Whittaker on that one. He really kind of controlled more on the ground. He was on top, and I mean, I'm looking forward to a really strong second round here.
Yeah, now this is going to be the interesting part. Van Camp, can he keep this from getting to the ground? Because on his back, in the corner, I think he's in a lot of trouble. But, you know, it was very difficult for Whittaker to get the takedown. If he can keep him from getting the takedown, I think it's going to be a different kind of fight. So I'm very excited for round two.
I tell you, in my opinion, Van Camp is dominant standing up. If this fight keeps standing up, Whittaker looks like he's going to be in trouble. So what concerns me is how tired is Whittaker right now? Because the more tired he gets, the harder it is going to be to get this fight to the ground.
The very first real
Here we go with
that Whittaker's
round
undertaking. The first thing he did was
number
try to go
two.
take him down. So I'm really hoping Mr. Camp here can keep this up and really go strong in the second round.
Crowd's going crazy.
Yeah, you can tell it's definitely a pro-Whittaker crowd. Referee got a little bit of water on here. He's got to clean up a little bit. We'd hate to see somebody slip and cause the fight to be determined by somebody slipping and fall down. Back
Here
in
we go.
action.
Let's
what's
see who
gonna happen
imposes
here.
their will.
Good jab. Good jab by Whitaker right there. Whitaker shoots immediately, pulls guard. Oh, he's got the arm trapped. Oh, Whitaker did a good job of getting out of that. I wonder if Whitaker isn't actually pretty more tired than we think.
I'm wondering the same thing. But Van Camp, now we get to see what he has from top position, see how good he is at maintaining control.
He looks like he's more than happy to sit in half guard and throw punches at this point.
He's a long fighter, so
absolutely. Now
he can get a lot on his punches.
Whitaker going for the armbar attempt, it looks like at this point.
Whitaker has got the triangle. Able to escape the triangle.
Wow. Good transition right there. Van Camp looking to punch him from that position.
Now Whitaker's going to turn and get side control. Oh, he's back to half guard.
Half guard. Good transition right there.
That was an excellent series there.
Absolutely. Oh, good reversal.
Oh my
right
gosh.
there. No, he was not able to. Looked like Van Camp was going to be able to slide out. Whitaker, that was a good series right there as well. I think once again you can see the difference in these guys grappling compared to the people before.
Absolutely.
Right back where we were earlier though, with Whitaker in a dominant position. Uh-oh. We got a triangle. We got a good triangle attempt by Van Camp right now. Good counter by Whitaker. Once again, high-level grappling right here. Well, not necessarily just high-level grappling, but high-level grappling when there's punches involved. That's way different when you have straight grappling compared to when people are able to punch you in the face.
I can only assume that that's accurate.
Look at Van Camp turn this around. Oh, he's got Whitaker mounted right now. Whitaker is mounted.
He has him mounted and he's trapped against the fence.
Whitaker's in some problems right now. He's doing what he can. He's trying to get out of this position. Watch for the armbar attempt right there. Elbow look like might have
Van Camp has his back with both hooks in. He's got the rear naked choke. It looks tight, Chris. And he's tapping.
Wow.
Cameron Van Camp with the reversal.
Wow. Well done, baby. Well
done.
Took
Whitaker's back.
Well done.
And sealed it with the rear naked choke. That was very impressive.
Wow. Good job.
Hey, seven fight streak's over, and it was a really nice battle. He got caught slipping. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, that was a very good fight. No other ways about it, man. There's a lot of skill showed by both guys. Just kind of who was able to land up at the top of the end, land up with a good submission, and he got it.
Highly impressed with both fighters. That was an excellent main event. Both fighters very skilled.
I'd like to see that go another couple rounds. Unfortunately, we didn't get it.
I would have loved to seen that go the distance or close to. I would have liked another round. But these guys came fast and furious. I mean, there was so many exchanges back and forth.
There was some really good grappling going on there. One guy ended up on top, the other guy. Those were some great exchanges right there.
And no one said idle. There were a lot of great strikes from the top, from the bottom. Each guy very busy, was able to manage at least an escape, if not a sweep.
And you can just see the look of frustration and dismay in Whitaker's face right now. Once again, he's handling this. Looks like he's going to handle this like a true champion. He's going to come out there. Look, that's awesome. Show respect for these guys. Loving it. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the official
fights,
time and decision. 2 minutes, 33 seconds in round number 2. Your winner by tap out, Pretty Boy Cam Van Camp.
Well, for the red team, that seals it. The red team wins 9-6.
You know what, though? I love it when it comes to the last match. That's all you can ask for. Whoever
standing
wins the
here
last match,
with the champ.
Absolutely.
8-3-1 now.
Once again, you're still your Pretty Boy. One more time. Congratulations. It did go into the second round. Man, you guys were all over the place. How do you feel about your performance, and what do you want to
that was a
say
good fight for
to
Whitaker as well. That
all
was a good
these
fight.
crazy fans out here that came to watch you win tonight?
Well, first things first, I want to thank Bryant and his family and his team. They're awesome people. IBG's an awesome gym. We trained really hard for this. It went pretty much exactly like I thought it would, and I'm just glad all my hard work paid off.
Now, have you and Bryant had hard words in the past? This has been kind of leading up to a grudge match kind of thing, or?
Well, we've been friends. We're kind of like the two best in the state, so it came down to it. Things were said, but, you know, we were fighting each other. We had to say shit, so I think it's all good.
Well, congratulations once again. A very hard-fought fight and a very valiant win. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lebanon, Indiana, Team Hyten and Pretty Boy Cam Van Cam.
That's a great, great end of a fight to a great night of fights, I'd have to say. What about you, bub?
Cameron Van Camp, impressive in victory, humble in victory. He gave a big shout out to IBG and Brian Whitaker. That's all you can ask for, I think. Two
Absolutely.
elite fighters from the same area. Bottom line is, they left it
Ladies
all
and gentlemen,
in the
that
cage, and
concludes our
respect
fights for
was
tonight.
given by both.
My name is
Glad to
Bruce
see that,
Pettis.
man.
It's
So,
been my pleasure
good
being your
having
ring
you
announcer
here. I
for
look
tonight's
forward to our
fight.
next fight.
Thanking
It's
our
gonna be
sponsors, Pipe
September
Collision,
9th, I believe.
Regal Homes,
Look forward to commentating that one
and
with you.
Restoration.
So
Franklin,
that's all we really
American
have
Mortgage
right now.
Company.
Appreciate you
Bad
being
Bomb,
here.
Bill
and
Bomb, and the
thanks for
Vitamin
watching,
Shop.
everybody.
We'll see you one more time, September the 9th. See you in the next round.